Hello, everybody. I'm the Joe, also known as Rinka Thunder. And with me today, I have my co-host, as usual.
Also known as XX, Detective 69XX, Elite Sniper.
Spnanon, how about you introduce yourself and chazz it up?
I don't know what that means, Joe.
You will.
What does it mean to chazz it up?
You just gotta chazz it up!
Is that like jizz it up?
No. But let's not get...
Am I painting the town white?
Let's not get too off topic this quickly into the episode. It's gonna be a long one.
You know, we don't have to talk about every character.
Yes, we do, Spnanon.
We could just do like a little mini episode, on like the off week.
I'm not gonna let you avoid talking about the Chaz.
We took all these notes. We might as well keep going.
Yeah, we're ready for this.
Look at these nerds taking notes. It's like this is the only chance they'll get in a while.
You gotta know what you're talking about. How am I gonna keep my arid expertise
up? I can just come back 2 weeks later and redact anything I said.
So
damn, that's powerful.
That's Spnanon, my co-host. Why don't our two guests introduce themselves?
We're here representing GFL Gang. This is Vision Extremely Wild. Hi. And with me today is the upside down one. Yes.
Yes. I am Night Mysti.
Dude, that's racist.
But not untrue.
Yeah.
So, Mysti is a mod on the social server. He's made Shimikaze and Remelia. And Faraway Vision is our resident coder. He does most of the coding. He's also one of the dev mods, and he's made Monica Sayori with work on HK416 and Chihiro Fujisaki.
Dude, there's no up or down in space, so how do we know that, Australia is not right side up, and then we're upside down?
It's because Americans have never been wrong, ever, in their whole lives.
Well, that's true, but...
Yeah. I'm Australian, and I know that. Come on.
Everyone's frame of reference is the American frame of reference.
Yep.
We get to claim our superiority because we didn't lose a war to a bunch of flightless birds.
You haven't tried to fight a war against flightless birds. You don't know what it's like.
We
not only
know
that, they lost
better.
To the emus. They're just like the weak pussy versions of cassowaries.
Everybody talks shit about the emu war, but you guys weren't there, man. You guys weren't there.
And with introductions out of the way, let's move on to questions. No, I'm kidding. Let's move on to upcoming projects. We're gonna get that done first. I guess that's how we're doing it now. Viz, how about you start us off?
Well, Chihiro came back from the dead, finally, after a month.
Fuck, that's not on the document, is it?
I don't know. I think
we're a bit packed today.
Yeah,
I do the thing. And, yes. He is back from the dead, and I'll probably try to keep him from dying, third time?
He's got the sponsorship requirements made.
Does he?
I'm still of the opinion that you just have to, go back to your sponsors and say, have I done the thing yet?
People keep telling me that.
I think that's... You're one step away from finished.
There's always the voice in the back of my head saying, no, you need to do more. And
but you should double check that. You should double check what more you need to do.
Yeah.
Maybe. 416 is also...
I recommend keeping him in testing just because I haven't gotten around to targeting him yet. So it personally benefits me.
Yeah. And, actually, speaking of, 416 is also in the process of coming back from the dead, though, I'm actually probably just going... Yeah, third time, third time. I'm probably going to hold off on that, though, until testing clears out a lot more, because we don't need 18 characters on testing right now? Or, wait, is it 18 or 19 with 416?
It's a lot.
I don't know, the record's broken, right?
Yeah.
Ask Hex.
There's
Yes.
many.
Wait, no, Mysti, you counted though, right?
No, no, I counted how many characters we're talking about today.
Oh, never
But
mind.
just for reference, we have 20 characters on testing, if my math is right.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, we don't need another one on top of that. So, 460 is probably going to be, or like I'm going to wait until after all of the masquerade characters and so on clear out before pushing her back onto testing.
I just counted. We have 20.
There you go.
It's a lot of characters.
Jesus,
So
yes.
I
Yeah.
looked at the
Yeah, it's enough
offline.
to take like 7 hours to talk about.
I looked at the offline game. Did you know SPNatI has a lot of characters?
No, I didn't.
It has a lot of characters.
You don't
I
say.
have not targeted them all in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, who would do such a thing?
Anyway, do you have any other plans
You
after that?
can, if you write one targeted line to each character, that's almost enough by itself to get onto testing. Like that's 2/3 of the lines you need.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
And then they won't let you write they won't let you on, or the CE won't let you make a character without Jenny Eric. So there you go.
Yeah, just put one line in each case, and you're pretty much there. Good
Yeah.
character. Well done.
All right. Do you have any other projects after that, Viz?
I was thinking of a few characters I might want to work on afterwards. Vague ideas. Really vague ideas.
Mind sharing?
Well, okay, there's Shiraishi from Tanaka-kun is Always Listless.
Yeah, I got some people asking about that in the podcast, in the questions and questionnaire. But I figured that this episode would go on long enough.
Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, Shiraishi, and then probably maybe also Yuna Tomi from Kindred Spirits on the Roof, because she's kind like for most intents and purposes, she's basically a completely normal person, and from what I've seen, we need more of that. Like just no crazy mercenaries or psychopaths or like wizards or whatever. Just plain normal people.
All right. Mysti, how about you?
Well, if you've been a long-time podcast listener, you might remember that I've said I would do many things. And at this point in time, none of them have come together.
I've
dropped
bro.
Yeah. So when
Remember
I tried
when
to
I
make,
was making Jetstream Sam?
those were some crazy times.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You don't? I remember
No, I
when
don't.
was making
Oh,
two
didn't you
streams,
like
so-
lose all his files?
Oh, I recovered them a while
Yes,
ago.
PC broke.
It's just like I feel like, well, I feel like
Passion's gone.
if I had to write a cocky, like smug male character, I'd rather do Dante.
That's that's fair enough.
Mhm.
But yeah, so most recently when I was on the podcast, I think I was talking about making Anje from Cross Anje, and that didn't work. Which irks me, but she was just not the kind of character I can write. But I think I have finally found a character for me. And some of you may have noticed on the testing, on the feedback forms for some character last night, a certain PA-15 was on there. Very
Yes.
mysteriously.
Yes, we did
Oh.
notice that.
Yeah. Bizarre. Who
That's
could have
you?
done that? That's me. So, I am currently working on PA-15 from Girls Frontline.
I was gonna say that's a gun girl, right?
Yep, that is a gun girl. She's a French gun. She's a cutie. I
French have
think
guns.
crazy. I know you wouldn't think so, but they do. Yeah. So she's still pretty early on. Her posing's about maybe 2/3 to halfway done. And she doesn't have many lines yet. She's at 180 something. But I'm like really feeling good whenever I write her compared to what I've been doing. And I think she is finally going to be my third character to make it through development hell. So we'll see about that.
How long ago was Remelia? Like a year?
Remelia, yeah, I don't think I've done anything new since last year. I think the last quote new thing I did was like Remelia's big overhaul.
Wasn't it the
I haven't
epilogue
done
as
anything
well?
new in a year either.
The epilogue might have been this year. It was around that time, like December, January. It's been so long that I just don't remember. But yeah, like with the way I've been going on PA15 and like just I've got that excitement back again, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she goes.
Alrighty, Spnanon, any changes to your upcoming projects?
Not really. I've been spending this last week or so trying to pose Fubuki from One Punch Man just a little bit, since my model is, well, at least close to finished. You know, might still have some tweaks laying out. So I'm just trying to pose her, trying to see like how, like it just, you know, it's kind of an exercise in feeling out the character. If I feel like I can make her unique enough to actually go ahead and write her. So I'm giving that a shot, because obviously you have to play up the whole psychic powers angle, and luckily she's not like too afraid to use them casually. So it makes sense that she'd do that, just like holding up the cards and stuff.
Do you want to show off one of those poses of her showing off the cards?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, they some of them are gonna take a little post processing, so I'm not like 100%.
I mean, like I just remember you posted at least one.
Yeah, but that was just to get some feedback. So there's stuff like, you know, like she's holding up like 3 different like things of makeup, you know, once just having them kind of swirl around her. Or if Amy starts firing, she kind of puts up like a little bubble shield.
Just a bit of psychic flexing.
Mm-hmm. Well, she totally would, because she wants to like gain attention, and everyone like thinks she's cool. Plus, she just has a fucking box cutter in one pose.
Oh boy,
that's literally in the manga. There's one scene where when she gets desperate, she just pulls out a fucking box cutter. She's basically like a hero mafia boss. So, she's not
I like the sounds of that.
Imagine getting stabbed from like 50 feet away.
No, she doesn't. No, she like pulls it out and like actually swings it like a normal person.
Oh, that's light. Imagine being able to stab somebody from a different room. I mean, like, I guess you could do that if they're in their doorway, but you know what I mean.
I mean, she could do that. She just doesn't.
it sounds like a job for a drone with a box cutter attachment.
It sounds like she doesn't really know how to use her powers properly. If I was psychic, I would just have knives floating around me constantly, like this unbreakable like shield of knives.
She knows how to use them pretty well, actually. Like she well, compared to like her infinitely stronger sister, she doesn't, but like she knows enough to like teach other people how to use psychic powers a little bit, which I
wait, that's just a thing you can learn?
To some extent. Well, people just become superpowered in One Punch Man by like eating a bunch of crabs.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
So if you just so you literally just have to do something obsessively enough, and then you'll learn it. There's not like a real consistent way that people get stronger in One Punch Man. Like Garo is just strong because he's strong, and he's strong. There's not really a reason given for it. He just works out a lot, and he's strong.
Stare intently at paint drying for a year. Gain the ability to just dry things out with your mind.
Time well spent.
Basically. I mean, there's one in the manga, like a bonus chapter where the title is like personification of a light bulb pull cord, because it's just a guy who's like shadowboxed too much, or like practicing on that little thing where it's sort of like a little mini punching bag near the ceiling, and you just kind of like get a flurry of punches going to get your rhythm on. So he just did that obsessively, and he just became the personification of that. So yeah.
Wow.
So she just has a fucking box cutter because it's, I don't know, she was desperate at the time. I mean, this is like something that she pulled out after she already like made a crack in the street and like had it like cave in around Saitama, and that didn't work. That's the point where she pulls out her fucking box cutter.
Desperate times.
Call for
Basically.
desperate box cutters.
Yeah.
Panic mode.
So yeah, it's more like, don't fuck with me. What the fuck are you on about? But yeah, so I'm just looking to see how much variety I can get in there. I feel like she's suffering a bit from the Spnanon face at the moment, where she kind of has similar faces or a similar face to some of my other characters, which I'm trying to avoid because she's very well known for being beautiful. Obviously, it's hard to match to Yusuke Murata's art, but
Kisake, right?
what?
Kisake, right?
Yes, it's Kisake.
Oof.
They're all made in Kisake.
Am I right?
Yeah. It's just, I mean, there's only one chin. That's good. What are you supposed to
Yeah.
do? How do I make all them different? And then I would change like the eye shape, but I don't know, the eyes she has now. It's just, I just like characters with those eyes, I guess, because 3 out of 5 of them have them.
You could always make a custom chin out of hair pieces.
Oh yeah, that's something I want to spend my time posing.
Yeah, I did it for the first time the other day, and it's not fun.
I just, the only thing is like the cheeks are slightly too full. That's it.
Mm. Yeah, like the custom head shapes in Kisake just.
So
sorry, the default head shape's just not great.
Hair pieces are something you like add to stuff, but this I'd have to like subtract something. So like, how would you do that?
Full custom.
Draw it.
I don't know at that point.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, so I'm working on it. I'll probably seek out some feedback for that. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, which is maybe not the best time to be posing a new character because there's a shitload of new characters to target and respond to.
You're
Yeah,
just preparing
there
for the
are.
winter lull.
What now?
Just preparing for the winter lull compared to the summer boom.
Exactly, man. Like
Yeah.
Maya and Ryuko, I both released them in the winter, and they got attention because nobody else gets released in the winter.
Exactly.
Plan
That's
on.
what you released the summer blockbusters in winter.
I plan on hopefully having a Gloria Shield Aegis, this Pokemon Sword and Shield female protagonist, out in January. If all goes according to Kenkaku.
Would that be
Right, so-
before
so,
or
yeah,
after
it's
the games
'cause-
are out?
It'll
that
be
when the
after
game's
the
coming
games
out?
are. The games come
Okay.
out in November, which I'm taking a week off to just.
Smash
Right.
through.
I'm just
Okay.
going to be a neat for that week.
It was like 1 year ago that they released Let's Go Pokemon or Pikachu and Eevee, right?
Yeah, I remember because it's the only it's the only Pokemon game that I've never played to completion. It bored me. It bored me. I've never been bored of a Pokemon game before.
It was
Wait.
designed to be simple.
The one you haven't played to completion.
Yeah, the only one I have not played to
Okay.
completion.
I was gonna say, what kind of fucking scrub are you? Okay, it's the only one you haven't.
Yeah.
I saw like a playthrough of it, and it just looked really boring.
It was. You,
Well,
you saw it correctly.
It's the kind of thing where I look at it as like, if I were 6 years old, I would love it. And, you know, the age I am now, it'd just be like, I would get nothing out of this.
So that's my upcoming projects. They're the same, and hopefully that character will be out sometime in January. All right.
I think
Now-
you should still call her Shield Chan.
In Paradise? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this next up because of how many characters we have to go over. We're going to break this episode up into 2 parts. We're going to go from Syrenne and all of the main game things. We're going to go over Dust. And while N was not part of the masquerade, I hear paper crinkling.
Neither was Dust.
N and Dust are part of the masquerade, but they also got added on testing. We're gonna do Dust on his own in the not masquerade section. But we're gonna loop N in with the masquerade stuff because he's got franchise mates there. And we're also gonna do the questions and answers in this part of the video.
Yeah, in the last week, we've like doubled Pokemon characters online.
Oh,
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're coming to you live from this from like a 2-week hiatus or so. It's been a while since our last podcast episode, so we have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, this was poorly
Like a
timed.
It's been like a month since we last recorded an episode.
School started up, so a bunch of people at my job ended up quitting, and then so they've been having me work a lot more, so I haven't had the time.
Oof.
I've needed to edit this episode. I work 2 8-hour shifts tomorrow and the next day, so it'll be a hassle trying to get these out on time.
God.
But for now, let's start with Syrenne. She gets added to the main game. She was the last character to get into the main game after the Heroes update.
I always feel like I just restate my opinions that I had on them in testing.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Nope.
Remind me again, what order were we talking in?
You get to go first, friend.
Okay. Oh god.
Can you tell we're tired?
Yes.
Only just beginning.
So okay, so pretty much the biggest thing I can remember from my quick playthrough with her was that she has a pretty well-defined voice and, like, I guess, characterization. You can pretty much instantly get a sense for who she is in, like, a split second just from reading like a few of her lines, say. And that's kind of going to be something I come back to a lot with a lot of these characters, is just talking about like voice and characterization, because that's pretty much all I can think to talk about. And but aside from that, I didn't really notice anything else stick out with her. Like, I don't really think to comment too much on like visual aesthetics, I guess.
Mysti, what about you?
So I'm going to echo what Viz said about how she's been written. I think, like he said, her personality comes out really strong. She has a lot of really well done lines that tell you like she's a mercenary, what she does outside of the inventory, which are also really good. I think the dialogue overall is really good. I liked a lot of what I was reading. So with the art, there was one bit of a problem I had with Syrenne, and that's with her head. Like, her model sort of reminds me of like earlier SPNatI models, where we were more to like the Kisekai default proportions, where you had these like oversized K-on! Anime heads. And I think Syrenne suffers from that, where her head just looks like too big. And like, I had to look into it because I've never played the game she's from, so I took a look at what she looked like, and just like comparing her in like what she looks like in the game compared to the Kisekai model, like really makes the head problem pop. Like, I think a lot of the detail work on this model is really, really good. I don't have any problem with that. I think it's like the tattoos especially just like perfect. It's just the proportion of her head to the rest of the body which throws me off.
Okay, Mysti just posted some reference art.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want to know? You want to know
She's
something
highly
crazy?
clothed on everything except where most people wear most of their clothes.
Yo,
She's very well covered on everything except her torso and her thighs.
let me one up you with this reference image stuff. I just googled her, and motherfucker, would you believe it? Look at that bottom. Look at the bottom of that page.
The bottom of that page?
Oh,
did you?
Nice.
it's us.
That's us. We're in there, guys. We're in there, boys.
Well done.
Yeah, that SPNatI also shows up if you Google image like Maya and Jura.
Oh well, of course.
That's how you know your character.
That one doesn't surprise me. No.
And it's their old models too. It's just, that's my legacy.
Clearly, the solution is just you have to go out, just start cross-promoting her everywhere you go, or just everywhere you can. Everywhere you can.
Even in places where it doesn't belong. Just, hey guys, Have you heard about that sick game SPNatI? It's got some waifus in it you might be interested in.
Just go to like our pickup trucks.
Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles. Involuntary.
Your wife not putting out. Try SPNatI.
Try SPNatI.
So
You can play it on your phone as you hide in your pickup truck from your failing marriage.
Spnanon, what are your thoughts on
I think it's
Syrenne.
Syrenne.
I'm gonna say Syrenne, and I will.
I'm pretty sure it's Syrenne. I think Dorian said
on the
that.
wiki page it says like Syrenne.
I will revel in being wrong.
It means that much to you.
I think it was, at least the Japanese, whatever it was written as Syrenne.
Yeah. That's what I'm going
Joe,
with.
you're gonna burn yourself out if you're willing to die on the hill of
Every
character's fucking name that you've never heard of.
Joe, you're too tired for this.
What do
Come
you
on,
give
man.
a shit?
Syrenne? Is that what we're saying now?
I
Yeah,
will
let's
not
go with
say
that.
Rin. We're not talking about Rin yet.
How am I supposed to pronounce it? Syrenne?
Syrenne.
Syrenne.
So
Syrenne.
like syringe.
Syrenne?
Syrenne.
Yeah, I think so.
Spnanon,
Dorian, leave a comment.
what are your thoughts on...
Like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
What are your thoughts on Syrenne?
Donate to our non-existent Patreon.
She's good. I certainly like how she's not wearing much around her torso. I think I said when she first came out of testing, I think one of Dorian's strengths, and you see with Eni too, is giving his characters a really strong, unique voice, which is something a lot of characters lack, and he definitely excels at that. Like right away, you can kind of picture what she sounds like. So he hits that nail right on the head by like giving her like a dialect. That infuses so much life into a character. So I really like seeing that. That always like really sets a character like a level above a lot of others, I think. And plus, she drinks during the game. That's always fun, in the same way that like Say does it. And it's just generally like she's the type of character that I've got to engage with a lot more going forward. I mean, I'm just so behind on targeting new characters to any large extent. Like she has a little bit with Revy and stuff, but it's all good. We'll get there. I like her. I think she's a quality addition to the game, even if I've never heard of the last story.
I own it. It's still in the box. I really.
I think mentally, I just like thought it was another Xenoblade game.
Well, it's because it's part of Project Rainfall, which
Yeah,
got
I know
like.
why.
Oh, okay.
I think there's memories of me like reading about that in Nintendo Power or something, shortly before it died.
Like, yeah, like the old. At first, when I heard she was a mercenary, I thought she was something like Revy, where like she would be toting around a gun and stuff.
She doesn't even. They don't even have guns in the last story. I don't think.
I was so surprised.
They have guns.
She's like, what the fuck
so.
are those? To Revy.
Oh, they are. Oh.
Like then, I saw her reference art and was like, oh, she's holding a sword. Never mind.
Different kind of merc.
Now, if you were all using guns, I could understand. Like, okay, body armor won't do much.
So, my thoughts on Syrenne are, I absolutely adore the tattoos. They look great. I still love her very unique dialect. I still chuckle. Like the first time I saw her like drop her beer, like that got me like laughing, but now it just kind of gets like a chuckle out of me because I've seen it more than one time. I think Dorian's done a great job. I think that she's a very enjoyable character that fills a pretty unique niche of like drunken mercenary. We've got drunk and we've got mercenary, but we don't have both.
You never put them together until now.
It's like peanut butter and chocolate, and it's or like
Revy is a mercenary, and she just complains about not being drunk.
or ketchup and potatoes. It just goes together.
Where's the fucking rum?
And so I'm surprised it took her that long to get into the game because I thought she was really strong from the get-go.
Maybe Dorian's just afraid that she'll get Enid and stuck in the
Tragic
bottom
fate
half where she
for
doesn't
anyone.
belong.
All of Dorian's characters are good. That's not a hot take.
That's just what happens when you make a character who's got even fewer Rule 34 results than Naya does. Enid, I had searched up Enid because I thought she was cute, and she has like 3.
Dorian's heart is full of justice. He truly is the toppest of lads. Alright, up next was Jessie May from Honey Pop, which came out of nowhere. Even when like she got added out of nowhere, she got sponsored out of nowhere.
She's always in the background.
She's Viz, why don't you start us off?
I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm realizing there is nothing here.
You forgot? God, that's so mean,
notes.
Viz.
Alright, good job.
That's so mean.
Okay, but then I'm gonna go kind of play it by ear then. So, she fills a pretty untapped niche, to be honest. Like, kind of flirty older women, I guess.
First MILF, like MILF. Like technically, we've had characters that are mothers, but come on, man.
Like someone who really angles
This
for
one
that
has
niche.
the energy.
Yeah,
Like really angles for that niche, and
the
also
BME, big MILF energy, big milky energy.
Big Milky, as a certain someone would say.
yeah. And like from what I remember, like her characterization is also pretty good. Like don't know how to really put this, but like it feels kind of like she almost didn't stand out to me somewhat, because like I kind of just got her initial characterization and then kind of forgot about her, I guess.
Well,
I
nothing wrong with Jessie. I think she's great, but at the same time, her franchise mate is Q, and Q's just like so completely bombastic that it's hard
I
to.
think that might be a little damning towards Jessie, because for a moment there I forgot who we were talking about.
Yeah, it's like like I don't know if it's just because she kind of fills a niche that I'm not really interested in, or like something that's not really attractive to me personally. But it's like, well, okay, you got a woman here who is really flirty, and she's older, and she uses that a lot, and then that's it. What else are you like? Where does this go? So it's like it kind of lost its luster, I guess, after a couple rounds, and then I started focusing more on other characters that I could take notes on.
It's kind of like what you were saying before, where she's just a very normal person, relatively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Which says a lot about the current state of SPNatI characters, given that she's a former prostitute.
she's excuse me, Joe. It's porn star.
Yeah.
Porn star.
There's a distinction.
If you have sex for money, it's illegal. However, if you then film and distribute it, it becomes legal.
Funny how that works.
As long as the man
Says
is
a
also
lot
paid.
Says a lot about our society.
Absolutely, we live in a society.
Prostitutes rise up.
Anyone want to go see Joker with me?
Yeah, after this 7-hour cast, let's go watch a movie.
Just 4 nerdy looking dudes, not looking to shoot up anyone.
Yeah, no way.
Just stream it here. We can do that. Right?
No, they check you for virginity when you go in. Well, no, they just look for any guys that are going alone.
I work in a
Already enough of
theater.
a stigma to go alone.
I work in a theater. If you go to Joker alone, you actually do get tackled by our door people.
Why would you go see any movie alone?
Because you're a lonely virgin with no friends, of course.
This is becoming mean. Vis, Vis, did you have anything else to say about Jessie?
Not really. Not really.
Alrighty. Mysti, what about you?
So my overall impressions of Jessie were really, really positive. I think to summarize it, she had a lot of like things about her dialogue I really liked. I liked the Q&A thing she does straight out of Honey Pop. That was like I first saw it. It's been so long since I played Honey Pop, but like I saw a question and I'm just like, that is straight out of the game.
I still need to reply to that.
They're good. They're fun questions to play with.
What are the questions like?
I don't remember any.
But
I liked what I saw.
Sexual, right?
I remember seeing a
Some of them are.
yeah, like I saw a question about like how your character feels about smoking or people who smoke.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that during my playthrough.
Oh, I can't wait to respond to that with Revy.
Revy. Yo, that's gonna be
I
great.
can't stand him. Whenever I see a smoker, I fucking kill them. I liked answering Say's question about anal sex. Just from the perspective of Maya's, like those rods look like they can barely fit in the front.
Let alone the back.
Yeah.
So with Jessie, I also like that she's a normal character. Yeah, it seems like we're kind of seesawing between
This
normal
coming from the guy who made a
characters.
Touhou girl.
Yeah, like I love doing crazy fun shit, but I also like normal people just like, what the fuck is going on? I think that's a fun angle to play it, even if all I do is make crazy bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that Jessie, I don't know if she's technically a MILF or not, but she absolutely has the energy of
No,
a
she has
mature,
a daughter.
experienced woman. Oh, there you
She
go.
does have a daughter, yes.
MILF legally and through energy. Perfect. If there are, excuse me. One last thing that I did like was at the end when she's like post forfeit that sometimes she'll just like be on her phone doing something. I think that's a neat touch and makes her very human, and I like it. There are two things that I have a little bit of trouble with. And the first one is just the Kisekai curse of default large Kisekai titties are just like not that great. And it may be because I've recently taken a course in Advanced Kisekai Titty 102, but I feel like you need to do
Bagel,
something.
right?
Yeah, from Bagel. And looking at just like all the divine anime titty created by other advanced Kisekai users, they're just like you need to do something about her titty to make them really pop, because like big Kisekai defaults are just not great. And the second thing I saw, and this is just what it's like being new to making things for SPNatI and using the character editor, is that a lot of her so she masturbates for a long time, which makes sense. That's her job. And so she has a lot of lines for when she's masturbating, but they're set up in a really bizarre way. So what happens is that, from what I've seen, basically, is it Alpha Fire who made this?
Yes.
Alpha Man.
Alpha Man, sorry.
Don't get them confused.
So-
Wait, do we have an Alpha Fire?
Yes, we have an Alpha
Yeah.
Fire and an Alpha Man.
Oh god.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh,
like
Horse
horse cat
killer
and
and
horse
horse
killer.
cat.
Yeah.
Same hat, huh? Okay.
Alphabet 21. Yeah.
Okay, yep. So what Alpha Man has done, by the looks of it, is basically he sets up a case for each character, other than Jessie in the game, and he has the exact same lines, but they're all targeted to the different characters. And so what that has a side effect of is that you see the same line repeated a lot of times, simply because it has a different character's name there. Like, these cases are long. They have a lot of lines in them. But because of the way it's set up, you see the same line to a different character. And it starts to it started to irk me, especially because she has this 40 round, 40 case timer to her masturbation stage. So I think it's hard to talk about how to remedy this on air, because it's sort of like best to go into the sea and point out things. But like, I don't know, with this 40 stage masturbation timer, you need like just lines galore. And I was starting to see some repetition, and it just felt odd to me.
Alrighty, Spnanon, what about you?
So one thing that immediately sticks out to me of Jessie is, boy, has she rocketed near the top of line counts. Like, he has put a ton of effort into that. I mean, she dropped with like 3,000 lines, and she's already like well on her way. Like, she's on like 4,600 already.
Jesus.
She's passed like a lot of characters.
Mhm.
It reminds me a lot of back when I only had one character. I see him every few days. He has like another 150 lines. It's like, God, I can't match that pace. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I used to when I had one character. I wasn't juggling 5.
Yeah.
Will this be
4,548 lines, 3,289 targeted.
Is this a weapon to surpass Spnanon gear?
We'll
Enough
see.
time, yeah, could be.
Like I said, I've been taking a little break from writing recently. But I'll have my breaks now and then. I'll get back into the swing of things. Remember, this is me without having targeted new characters extensively for like a year. So, this is me at only 50% of my full power.
Pulling your punches.
This isn't even his final form, etc., etc.
My line counts recently have been buoyed entirely on just responses to others.
Spnanon takes off his weighted training clothes.
Of course.
And he can move faster now.
Faster than light. Can dodge the special beam cannon.
I was going for Naruto, but I should have expected you for Dragon Ball.
Does Naruto also have weighted training clothes?
It has the best weighted training clothes in anime.
Yep.
Fucking Rock Lee going sicko mode on Gaara.
Isn't Rock Lee like the jobber guy?
He's the best damn jobber in anime.
I don't know.
Those weighted training clothes make it hard to not job.
And he takes them off at one point and just styles on a guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
It's a power move.
And this guy is like shaping up to be like, oh, this guy has the power that the main character has as well, and there's only 9 people with that power. And then he like drops his pants and just is sicko mode. But Spnanon.
Yeah.
Or Mysti, did you have anything else to say about Jessie?
Nope. That is all.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of my turn anyway.
Right, sorry.
I was talking about lines. But, yeah. So, it's great that she's targeting a lot of characters. I do think that within all that quantity, there is definitely the issue of she's so normal that a lot of that is kind of spent reacting to things. I think, just being reactionary, because that's kind of what you have to do when you're a normal person and you're surrounded by all this weird shit, is that it's hard to bring your own weird shit to the table. I do really like the efforts she's made to that so far, to do that so far, such as the Q&A. I think that's great and something that characters can really engage with. I'd just like to see some more of that. And like I said, when she came to testing, just a little more character to some of those lines, just, adding some more dialect to give her a slightly stronger voice, like less choppy sentences that just like end with a period and just the sort of thing. Lots of like italics and natural pauses and stuff, just to give it a little like flirtier of a vibe. But can't deny the effort that's been put into her. I gotta get my ass in gear. She might surpass Pitt at this rate.
Yeah.
She might.
I don't know. Cog seems out of it. He's just recently called himself creatively bankrupt earlier today. So
Bad omen.
Cog needs to get his ass in gear.
He needs to get the cogs moving.
Damn you right.
All right. My thoughts on Jessie May are Well, for first time
Jessie
creator,
may what?
funny man. Jessie may
Jessie
cry.
June.
Jessie may cry.
Jessie may cry 5. Pull my
Featuring
trigger.
Jessie from the Jessie May Cry series.
I
Q.
think that there's so many jokes I could make.
I wonder if Q is actually going to be like rise now because of how big Jessie's line count is, and it's not like she's unpopular.
Yeah, I think that Team Honey Pop is going to be strong.
I think she gets a lot of play. Honestly, I see a lot of like reports for her on her channel.
I think Jessie is. I think she's good. I think that that shirt must have taken a lot of effort to make. I think she does.
Yeah, you had to kill a fucking leopard for it.
I think that she does clash a bit stylistically with Q, especially in the face department.
Oh yeah, I would not guess that they're from the same series at all.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not sure how you can go about doing that because honestly, like her model is kind of closer to the original Honey Pop style, while Yuri's Q is more anime stylized. So I'm not really sure how you go about fixing that. But I think that she'll perform rather well. I think that for the average person, that's a niche that's got a lot of appeal, you know? Big Milky.
Big Milky.
You can never go wrong with Big Milky.
Absolutely.
People say flat is justice, and if that is true, then I want a world rife with crime. Yeah, so that's all I gotta say. I think she's good. Congrats on your first character making it in. You did it. Up next, after an extensive battle against the testing tables, Rise, like, she lives, she dies, she lives again! All on SPNatI Road. We have, Croix.
Alright. So, I guess I'm starting off again then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so, some things I noticed about Croix. Is she tagged, or does she have the weapons tag? Because I think I noticed some characters, like, targeting her with, like, weapon filtered lines. And it seemed a bit weird. Threw me off a bit. And I think that she does have a, she does fill a good untapped niche, a lot like Jessie. She does it pretty well. Oh, yeah. I do appreciate the bondage forfeit.
I like to remind
It's
everyone
good.
that there's about 14 testing characters and we haven't even
It's
gotten to
good.
testing yet.
We'll get there
Okay.
with time. For your question, Viz, she is tagged with weapon, because she has a wand, and the wand forces the weapon.
Oh, God.
Fizz, I'm really surprised that Croix isn't straight up your alley. Because in a world full of magic users, she says, fuck this, I'm gonna use science.
I am a science wizard.
And that really seems like your dream girl, honestly.
Thing is, I'm not familiar with LWA, so, like, if I were more familiar with it, sure. But then that part of her doesn't really come across. But then, like, that's not to say it's bad.
Do the floating science cubes not give it away?
I
mean, maybe the distinction would be stronger in a game with Croix and like another magic character.
As we all know, coders are all nerds and they all like science.
Yeah. I mean, what is a coder but a modern day wizard?
I am
only
wearing
like things that are science.
I am wearing a lab coat right now.
Incredible.
When are you a coder?
I dropped out of college for that.
You made it like 3 classes.
Oh.
Listen.
Look, those are some very difficult classes, okay?
And when I asked you about it, you laughed and said, yeah, whatever.
I am
Did I?
holding a
Yes.
I am holding a coffee.
Yeah, whatever.
It looks like a lab beaker.
Incredible.
Better to waste money than time and money, am I right?
No, you're right.
Viz, can you confirm? Do you like science?
Yes.
Do you like girls who like science?
Yes.
Do you like anything that's not science?
Actually, yeah.
Of course.
Remember, casual reminder that Vis is an eco-terrorist who hates trees.
This is true.
This is the Wonder Bread guy.
Hey,
Fucking Captain Planet villain.
why don't we go out after this podcast and go pave a forest flat?
They won't let you into Australia. There's too much biodiversity
Yeah.
that you're threatening with your science.
Our forests destroy themselves. Thank you very much.
You have birds. You have birds drop fire sticks into them.
Fucking firebombing birds. We don't need people.
Australia is
to
just
do
a giant shit post.
It is.
It's nature's shit
I live
post.
in the country, and I'm in disbelief at the things I see.
God made
internet?
it.
No way this can be real.
God made the Earth in 7 days. Australia was the result of his weekend booze binge.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
Australia was just like, I'll throw everything in there, see what happens.
It's where they put all of the random leftover shit there to just go kill each other.
Yeah, like these giant spiders don't fit anywhere else. Let's just toss them down here.
Australia is the miscellaneous of continents.
He put all his failed intelligent designs there. Like, I got these monotremes. They have one hole for everything. Fuck it, Australia.
Yeah,
Garbage.
we'll take them. We'll take them.
The bargain bin of
He
biology.
woke up next to the platypus and like, what the fuck did I make?
What even is this?
This shit can't go near anything else.
What if it was poisonous? Anyway,
Could I
Croix.
sew a duck and a beaver together?
Do some crazy things on a weekend binge.
Alright, Mysti, what are your thoughts on Croix?
So I was on the podcast when Croix first hit testing. So not like hit testing after dying, but just straight up was a new character. Back then I had issues about like her personality not coming out in terms of like the way she changes over the game. And that got sorted out in after her first death. After her first death, she came back. Her arc had been cleaned up. It had been really good. So one thing that I really, really loved whenever I saw it is she has some lines where it's clear that she's reading from a pre-prepared script, which I think really helps sell her like false facade of confidence. And I absolutely love those lines. Those are really good.
She's much more consistent with the premise now.
Yeah, absolutely. They were really good. Croix's model and posing, I believe, was done by the Lonely Phone Box, who is a legend. And you can see some of her stripping poses are just like, oh my god. Where she... Oh, go on.
Yeah, it's such good shit.
I was just going to comment on the Lonely Phone Box being like, he so rarely comments, but like I'm convinced that he's just this Cosmo Brains level human being where like if you tried to play chess with him, you'd finish up one game and then it would zoom out and reveal that chessboard is just one piece on a much larger chessboard.
Yeah, I feel like every time the Lonely Phone Box presents something new to us, it's time for like a festival or just we need to show our appreciation because he always does such good stuff. Yeah, the specific poses on Croix that I liked were the one where she takes off her cape. That one was just like, whoa! I love the like. I don't know if it was in Kisekai or not, but they have the discarded cape that she physically throws off, and I thought that was like very, very well done.
Such good stuff.
I think that's usually done at Kisake. Sorry.
Like I know there's someone who does it in post, but regardless, it's really well done. A lot of her forfeit poses have just some nice detail work, and are like just a sight to behold. I really love the posing. Yeah, just I'm glad she's finally in it. She's come a long way for when she first came on, and you've both done some really hard work, and it shows. She is a very good character.
Yeah, so nice job, Namasp.
Namasp and Namasp, because I'm like
Namasp.
80% convinced the phone box is also a Namasp clone.
yes, I am, because of I feel like there's two people who have been like in the SPNatI like intelligence Cosmo brain charts. I feel like Nmasp is like one of the most cunning people here. And part of his cunning is that he's able to pretend that he's not cunning. But I feel like the only two people who can actually outplay him are Napsu and Phonebox.
The big brain battle of the ages.
I want to see a chess game between those two.
No.
I think I can improve upon your chess analogy.
Chess is too simple.
So let's say you strike up a chess game with Phonebox. So first turn he just immediately gets checkmate on you.
Somehow.
Right. But he doesn't announce it. He just kind of sees if you'll notice.
Yeah.
He's just like, how many checkmates can I get on this guy before he notices that he's lost like 20 times? So he just lets you keep going.
It's powerful.
All right, Spnanon, what are your thoughts on the Croix?
Like I said, she's her writing is a lot more consistent now, and just those poses are pretty awesome. I'm not even one for like bondage or like those weird like lock bars that she like gets strung up in, but the expressiveness of the posing really sells it. I think just the way she kind of gets zapped a little bit sometimes, and she's like very much into it. It's just really it's pretty sexy. So I like her overall. I haven't seen her interactions with Akko and Lost too much, but it wouldn't really matter because I haven't seen Little Witch Academia. I usually try to avoid putting franchise mates together just because unless I know the franchise, then it's just going to be a bunch of shit I don't understand. So why would I ruin the game like that?
Fair.
Unless I assume it's a franchise that you do understand, like Street Fighter.
I haven't really played any Street Fighter games.
So have I, but how deep could it be?
I don't know. There's something about Shadowloo and Psycho Power. Cammy was like a doll.
Yeah.
Chun-Li's father died on a Tuesday.
But for me, it was Tuesday.
And then Raul Julia died for real.
I am
Alright.
so lost right now.
And then Jury, it was just made to cater to foot fetishists.
Which is really how you should design all fighting game characters, by just targeting one
Foot
fetish. No, not just foot fetish in general,
Every
but just
fighting game girl attracts the Riona fetish.
fighting game characters. The key to designing fighting game characters is first you focus on a fetish and you hyper focus on that. Second,
What fetish is E Honda?
fat ugly bastards.
What about Blanca?
Ooh,
Unusual skin colors.
damn.
Or electronic bond or shocking in bondage.
What about
So-
Guile?
The American dream is a
Bara.
fetish.
Bara.
Just having an American flag on tattoo on both shoulders.
So then, once you've found that fetish and hyperfixated on it, you don't just accept racism, you fill your heart with racism. And that's how you make a fighting game cast.
What's the racism present in like Ruby cross tag battle?
Faunus, yeah. I was more thinking like Punch Out and Street Fighter. And
Punch
Out's not a fighting game. Okay, fair. You know what I mean, though. Punch Out and Mortal Kombat. Just characters like, oh, look at Nightwolf, this Native American mage who can turn into a wolf.
I've played, I think, 2 traditional fighting games. I played Street Fighter 2, and I played Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Those are like traditionally like controlled fighting games. And after like one play session of both of them, I'm like, all right, that's enough.
We were talking about Croix, right?
I've not had 1 minute of fun this entire time.
My thoughts on Croix are that she's incredibly well made.
Can I just
her.
bitch about fighting games for a while?
No.
Please, sir, this 7-hour cost.
I'm scared what will happen if we start talking about Melee.
God.
Croix is.
See, I don't
think-
mind Smash because it actually like controls like you're not locked down on a grid.
and it's fun. Anyway, I'm surprised we agree on that.
It's just like the movement feels natural in Smash because you can actually like go places and you can turn the fuck around.
Yeah, motion is a beautiful thing.
I think Croix is an incredibly well-made character. I think that her art is amazing, as expected of Foambox, who, given that he posts so infrequently, I can only assume that every other moment is him just under a waterfall meditating and like seeing code and then understanding how to make things happen. And then 2010 Mantis is like a machine. He's not. I feel like he's really underrated. I feel like his work on the Little Witch Academia Girls is really good.
When are you gonna do Amanda, Mantis? I know you're listening to this.
I think that she's a great fit for the game, and I think that there's a lot of fun that can be done with her. And I look forward to seeing characters interact with her. Sure.
Hopefully, Amanda.
Can you tell who I think the best Little Witch Academia character is?
So there was recently a Rule 34 image of Ryuko and Amanda both like kind of on their knees showing their asses. That's given me new appreciation for Amanda.
A man of culture, I see.
That's all it takes.
Some good ass. Yeah.
All right. Next character is Mavis, and I do believe she's been on testing for the longest amount of time.
Well, she is a vampire, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can afford it.
Lots of time to spare.
Yeah. So, okay, full disclaimer. I think she's really cute, but like, big titty goth girlfriend. So not. I don't really have a lot of types, I guess. So, I mean, she's cute, but
You like guns and science.
yes.
Where is your Halloween spirit?
Wait, it's Halloween. What?
It's a
I mean-
proper friend.
Okay. Wait. Oh. When is Halloween?
Are you
Oh,
fucking
God.
serious?
Like, it's this
Biz,
week.
how fucking tired are you?
Yes.
This man has just lost his mind.
This shit is not like Thanksgiving. Halloween is on the same goddamn day every year.
Oh God. Okay,
He's just
voices in my head.
completely lost
Silence.
track of the world.
Voices in my head. Be gone. Anyway. Like she's really
He
cute.
likes science so much, he doesn't even know what Halloween is. Too much magic.
Yeah,
Trickery.
ghosts are unscientific.
Mavis kind of falls to, I think, what Mysti and I have started to call Moeblob syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like she has a very sweet, nice, gentle-ish voice or characterization, and then that's it. There's nothing beneath that, or there's no complexity to her character. It's just, yes, I am nice, and I hope everyone here has a good time. Yes. Oh, ha, I am taking my clothes off. This is embarrassing. And that's all you get. And it's like, okay. Yes. It exists. It's there. But that's it.
Yeah,
And then
so,
I
like,
kind of lost interest.
Yeah, Moeblob syndrome is so awful because like you're doing everything right. You've taken a character, you're writing their voice how they would be written. Like everything's accurate, everything's the way it's supposed to be, but it just like especially if you have any other like really expressive or dynamic character on the table, you just lose track of your Moeblobs. Like they just fall to the wayside. They can't keep a player's interest just because of the difference in personality. It's like it's really difficult. I think the best way. No, go on.
I think it's possible to have that kind of character, but then they have to, like,
Yeah, they really need
They have-
something to make
Yeah.
them just pop,
Yeah.
even if it's not written.
I worry for the day where SPNatI comes, where if every character isn't doing some batshit crazy gimmick, then they're just gonna fit into the background.
Well, it's like you have to
Define
have
a gimmick.
not a
They're just
gimmick
saying don't have
necessarily.
a bland personality.
But like it's not a gimmick thing. I think it's a personality thing. Like you have to have something that gets them out further into like engaging with other characters and being like like engaging more energetically.
You have to be like, oh, I want to see what Mavis has to say about this.
Yeah, like maybe not even like a gimmick, but like you could have them start talking really energetically about like, oh hey, I actually really like X thing, or this reminds me of Y scenario or situation I encountered back in my source material. And like aside from like if you don't have that, then as we've said, like you just kind of fade away and there's nothing there anymore.
Like a vampire in a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Like a vampire in the sun. They just kind of burn away.
They just sparkle.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm gonna add before I pass it on to Spnanon is that I think with a character like this, it might be easier to look towards like the visual side of things rather than going for like different lines or like just trying something different with a dialogue. Like I don't know, I've never watched Hotel Transylvania, so I know very little about this character besides Big Titty Goth GF, and she's a vampire.
It's pretty good.
But like, surely it's a family-friendly film. There must be like some sort of visual spectacle that you can look at and go, I can use that in SPNatI. That'd really help her stand out even just a little bit, even if it's just for the one time you use that poser animation. So I feel like, yeah, Big Titty Goth DF, that's a good start. People like that. She just one more, just something else, anything to make her pop will really help her out here.
Well, you know, those thighs are popping out of those stockings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are like
Stole those
thick.
thighs for Chiaki.
Those were incredibly thick.
Yeah, I like
never-ending
I
train
think
of
Mavis.
thievery.
I think Mavis is definitely she delivers on the visual side. I think she's definitely attractive and has stuff like those, that skin dentation going on to make her interesting. Plus she does stuff like fly around, which, man, flying used to be like something only a few characters did.
Now we have every second character doing it.
I used to,
We're hitting the Dragon Ball Z problem where characters just keep getting stronger and more crazy with their powers.
I targeted Videl specifically because she flew, and she was like one of the only ones that did it at the time. Now it's that, and like Caulifla can do it. Fucking Starfire can do it now, and Raven, and
Wonder Woman.
and Wonder Woman. Fubuki can do it too.
Yeah.
I was all excited to like pose a flying character, and I'm just like, oh wow, there's a lot of these now, aren't there?
Doesn't Q also do that too?
Q does it.
He flies.
Morrigan does it. So yeah, not too special anymore. I think she really just needs to play up the vampire side more and like learning about humanity. That's a perfectly good premise to take things, and she just needs to do that more, get some more updates. I don't think she's necessarily a bad character choice at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty for her to be curious about. I can say I have a very strange experience with Hotel Transylvania. I have seen it in French with no subtitles.
Do you speak French, Spnanon?
No.
How'd this happen, Spnanon?
Because it was like the end of the school year, and I was taking a French class, and the teacher was like a replacement teacher that didn't give a fuck.
So she just played a movie in French.
Yeah, with no subtitles. So there was no chance for us to actually learn anything.
Well thought out.
So I watched it and just tried to piece together what the plot was based on the visual. I think I did a pretty decent job because it's not like it's a super complicated movie. Yeah. Well, as we all know, Frankenstein fart jokes are the same in every language. At least I didn't have to hear Adam Sandler. Because it was his French dub actor.
Wonderful. Good trade.
That's my experience with Hotel Transylvania. So I haven't seen the sequels. Where apparently she gets knocked up and has a child. I don't know how the undead have children. But then I don't know how Dracula has a daughter.
Wait, what?
I think she has like a half vampire kid. There's
Yes.
one where they're like at the beach.
Yes, I've only ever seen the first.
How much sunblock does a vampire need? If you miss a spot on like the like your ankle, you're going down. Your
Done.
Achilles is
You're
out.
dead.
That's a career-ending injury right there.
Game over, man.
Do they just have their pool parties at night?
I've only seen the first one, and I saw it in theaters when it came out.
In English.
Yeah, in English.
Big distinction. Very important one.
I also saw I don't know some Tim Burton movie. It was like black and white. I think it had Tim Burton. Maybe I'm just making shit up. It was like kind of like a sketchbook 2D animated style. It was like a horror movie type of thing too.
That sounds about right.
It was like some kind of mad scientist kid, or like he brings his dog back to life with lightning.
Oh, Paranorman?
I don't know, maybe. It doesn't matter.
Frankenweenie?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
This is the one topic this is the one podcast I really should not try to derail.
Yeah. Mavis. Cute. Thick. If you guys like, there's totally something she could do to like spice things up. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember if she does. I played her like a week ago, but she could always just use, like, I know she doesn't do this, but she could just use the Postmaker and turn into a bat. I'm pretty sure she can do that in the movie.
I would just like any sort of visual spectacle.
Well, just have her poof into a bat then.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, bats are just way sexier.
Are we all back?
I'm sure there's a market for that. I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
If she just turned into a bat as soon as she took off her panties, rock hard. Joe, Rouge the Bat when?
I am not adding on to my list of projects until I finish what I've got.
But I know who Rouge the Bat is.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's just not probable.
Do you not want to fuck a 3-foot-tall bat with a head as big as your chest?
Oh, you've made a compelling argument. Now I've got to make her.
And she's got big tits.
All right, we got him, boys. We got him. Nice
All
job.
right. I will make an accurately proportioned Rouge the Bat model just for you, Spnanon.
Well, we can't have Sonichu now, can we?
No, we'll just make Rouge-Achu. For now, though, let's talk about something slightly better than Rose-Achu, or than Rouge-Achu. Sola returns to the main game.
Fuck, we're still not on to test.
No.
So close, man.
So close.
So
yeah.
close.
So
What's with all this goddamn activity? We need to kill off some creators.
Boom.
So I have what to talk about.
Yes. Stop character calling. Start dev calling. You're right.
She's not even the last one.
God.
Second lost.
Yeah. So Sola. Okay, I'll admit I wasn't really paying attention to her before honestly today, or before yesterday, I guess. But I liked her model update. Like, now that I'm comparing it to her previous model, I appreciate the increased level of detail and the added shading, I guess. And so, like, that's nice. But then also, I think she also falls into the same Moa Blob syndrome trap as Mavis. And also, on top of that, I remember she said early on in the game I played with her, that she wasn't super experienced with like lewd matters and stuff. And then later on in the game, she came across as like really too perverted for someone who is like supposed to be that naive, I guess. So that just seemed a bit inconsistent. And it's like, okay, you're trying too hard to make her into this game. Which I guess, like, better than the opposite, but it just seems out of character. And I guess that's my piece.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Like, I think I'd agree that the forfeit is a little bit out there for how she sets herself up at the first the first portions of the game. Like, I don't think you would have to cut the forfeit. I think just like 1 or 2 stages prior, just get her a little more into it, and maybe you can make it work.
Oh, it's like I was actually thinking more like not even the forfeit, just some of her reactions to like opponent stripping.
Oh
basically.
yeah,
And also like to opponent stripping, to opponent masturbation, things like that. That's mainly where I was thinking of. So
okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like it's the problem of, you know, I've put this character in a porn game and I kind of have to do something. A problem that I've always ignored. Haha. Yeah, what would you do? I don't know. I guess if you made all your reactions like time sensitive, so later into the game she does that, and earlier in the game it's more shock rather than arousal. I think it's a concept you can work with. You can get through eventually.
I think you could also play with the wording of how your character says those things, like to make the implication that they don't really know what they're talking about more apparent.
Oh yeah. Oh, you could definitely do that. Just like use some words incorrectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that would be good.
Yeah. Or even insert like voice things like, you know, hesitation, like aha, yes.
Just
Why is
fumbling her way through sentences about good things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds really good.
Or just have them do a really bad dirty talk, like, I'm gonna sex you so good.
I'm going to jam the long cucumber into the starfish hole.
Yeah. Put the P news in the vajayjay.
Yeah, you have to do like IKEA erotica. That's the term. That's the phrase.
That's what it's
Like,
called.
I can't wait to put my penis in your labial hole. Do you like how my penis goes in and out of you?
Wonderful.
You know, just like literally like instruction manual sex.
Oh Lord.
That could be endearing. Like,
Yeah, that's an
to an
angle you
extent.
can definitely use.
I'm going to insert tab P into slot V.
and there's the episode name.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Well done. We did it.
Alright.
Yeah, like her model rework's good. Like Vis, basically I agree with everything Vis said. The increase in detail is really good. It's definitely a noticeable improvement from her old model. One thing that I sort of discussed with the people who were watching me play last night was about her pantyhose, that they're not the same color as her skin, and you can tell that where her skin ends and where her pantyhose start. But just like something about the white of the pantyhose makes it a little bit jarring. Like I don't know what to do about that. Like you'd have to maybe texture it, because the color is right. It suits the character. So you'd maybe just have to like put a sheen on it somehow. Just so that it isn't like one flat flesh color against another flat white color, which just like it feels a little bit weird to look at. The other thing is that the pose where she removes her stocking is a bit bizarre and all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I think you just need to like, yeah, it's like that's not how you take stockings off. I think you need to bite the bullet. No, go on.
Oh no, like it looks like she would be tearing her clothes pantyhose, I think.
Yeah.
If
Like
she
really stretched out. I think just bite the bullet and make her take off one leg already, and the pose is her taking it off the other leg. That is my one recommendation of how to change that one. Yeah, overall, definite improvement over previous Sola. Yeah.
Alrighty. What are your thoughts? Oh, did you want to say something to this?
Oh, no, I just was going to say I dropped the pose we were talking about in the text channel, so...
I can agree with the Moe Blob stuff. I don't think it's quite that bad because she does have that sort of like, secret pervert angle. Just wonder if she kind of leans into it a little bit too hard, and you kind of like forget that she's not, like, supposed to be a little naive. So just takes a little bit of ironing out. But the main point was her art rework, and that's definitely, she looks a lot more detailed now. So that was well worth what it set out to do.
No,
So.
I'd say it wasn't, because she takes off the hat and the whole thing is ruined now. Throw it out. Start
Oh
again.
no, you're right. Oh, we need to revert this now.
There was one piece of criticism on the feedback poll back in June that's just like, why doesn't she ever take that badger off of her head? I'm gonna guess that he took that to heart.
I don't believe in objective opinions. I think that's a foolish notion. Fuck you for making her take off the hat!
Do you think
So
she's a
again,
Touhou?
like, are these the kinds of hills you're gonna die on?
Yes.
Do you think she's a Touhou? Like, if she takes off her hat, she will die.
Like,
Is
hats
that how
are
it works?
hats are good.
First thing Ramilia takes off is her hat.
Fill your heart with hats.
No.
Miko doesn't even
Well-
have a hat. Her hair would not allow hats.
Ramilia actually gets replaced by a fake Touhou because Touhous don't exist without hats.
I'd like to see. Can someone at Solitaire? Can someone ping him? Be like, I want to see Miko try to wear a hat, and like her hair just sticks up too much.
Miko's canon Touhou hat is her headphones.
It's not a hat, Mystic.
Well,
That's a hill I will die on.
It's hats and hair and head accessories even.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
If it's head accessories, then technically Maya can be a Touhou girl.
Oh,
Speaking
there
of-
you go. Is she
Fires lots
magic?
of lasers.
speaking
Being
of
magic is also a requirement.
speaking of
Anyway,
accessories and art, did you want to say more about Sola? Spnanon?
All I have left to say is that I've had Legend of Dark Witch for a long time now, because Superfluous gave that to me for free because he just hands them out on occasion, and I still need to play it.
It was fun. I was terrible at it, but it was fun.
I was also terrible at it.
I don't even buy that many games, and I have a Steam backlog. I would have carved through it, but then I started working on this game.
Oh yeah, that
It
backlog's
became a second
never
job.
never come through.
All right. On the topic of accessories and art reworks, let's talk about Rarity, who has been added
She's cute.
back to the main game.
Her face looks better.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like
it does.
how they took her normal, weird, stupid gimmick of constantly changing outfits and just makes it a brisker situation.
Yeah, like, really nice work there. Also, like, I appreciate how they characterized her, I guess. I'm gonna be saying that a lot, I swear to God. But yeah, like, less with the voice and more just, like, what she talks about. And kind of how she carries herself. I did notice that I think that her personality gets a bit inconsistent towards her forfeit, and like when she starts getting embarrassed, because then she'll flip-flop between, yes, I want to see you take your clothes off, and oh no, how did I get into this situation? So it's like, pick one.
You can have that sort of conflicting attitude, cognitive dissonance and all that. Just being
I
like, I'm
guess.
supposed to be prim and proper, but I also like this. But you need, instead of flipping back and forth like that, they have to kind of have shades of both in the same general lines.
Yeah, you have to kind of blend it.
Yeah.
Or I mean, you can just curve it out.
True.
Where you just lean towards one at the end and a different one at the start.
Yeah, I think that's what they tried to go for, but then, they forgot to, they accidentally had some lines left over or something. Like, they the lines were playing in the wrong states or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you guys know if it was completely redone, or if they still have some of Niels's lines from Rarity 1?
I am 100% certain they have some of those lines.
Okay. Because yeah, that was a thing that Rarity 1 was doing, where she sort of had that, as Spnanon put it, cognitive dissonance, where she is like trying to maintain her professionalism towards the end, but struggling to.
And like it's a good character aspect to have. You just need to it just needs to be carefully done.
Yeah. So
Maybe I'm misusing that phrase, but I just mean like try like holding two different views on the same thing.
Yeah, that's cognitive dissonance.
I thought
when your
that was
mind is telling me no, but your
contradicting.
body is telling me yes. So let's talk about some Rarity. Let's see, where do we start? The opening animation was really cool. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it, and then she just blew up into a ball of diamonds, and that was wow, cool, good shit. I loved her fashionista sort of lines this time around. She has lines where she just gives like general fashion advice.
She has a lot of
and that's it. They were so good. I loved each and every one of them. Some of them repeated a few times, but those, make more of those. Just make a billion of those. I love them.
That's kind of what I was getting at with like just what she talked about. Like it's so good. Like you immediately know, yes, this is what she does. This is what she likes.
And so I don't know anything about this character. I've never watched any MLP. But the two clear personality traits I got from all those lines was that she's really invested into fashion. That is a thing that is like 100% her jam. And she's just like a nice, kind girl. She's here giving you some free advice about how to look your best. And I'm like, yes, I love it. Do more. Last thing I want to say,
started dressing better and just generally getting good.
Yeah, my life has just been on an upswing since I played Rarity for the first time. It's incredible. And yeah, the last thing I want to say is just like horse cat drawing in poses. What? Jesus Christ! Oh, this man is cheating. This is illegal. Stop! You're making us all look bad. Don't do it. AKA, do more of it. It's really good. That's it. That's it.
All
See,
right.
I don't understand why he draws in some poses, because if I had that power, I'd just draw all of them.
I imagine it takes time.
Well, of course it does, but just imagine shit you can get away with.
Kiss Guy's a little bit better at like once you do the work, changes are a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. So Spnanon, what do you think about
the
Rarity?
pose is just like, that's not fair.
Yes,
Look at this fucking shit.
What does everybody else do about that?
The 3/4 rear pose. This is not fair.
So Spnanon, what else do you think of Rarity?
I like her butt.
Yeah. It's a good butt.
Yeah.
How cultured.
I'd say something about Pochi giving us the actual ability to turn characters around, like a lot of people now think we can do, because so many characters have butt poses. But this man can't even give us decent like lipstick, so I think that's a ways off. Can't even turn shoulders around.
To be honest, even if he did implement that, like we would still go with custom butts anyway.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The butts would look as bad as the default breasts do.
Exactly.
Oh no! What a horrible timeline.
Really sucks how much harder it is to like draw the character looking back in their butt pose. Because that's a lot sexier than just turning straight around and facing backwards. But alas. But yeah, her art is obviously super good, and that was the main thing that improved. And not having that stupid, well, I shouldn't say stupid, but kind of restrictive gimmick of like the must target stuff. So yeah, I really like her now. She's got she has a much nicer face now, and just overall just obviously matches the other MLP characters a lot better. That butt pose.
Do you know what the...
As soon as I see that, a character just shoots up in my eyes. That's all I need.
You're an ass man.
Joe, you've been on the podcast with this man like 40 times now.
I
How do
knew
you
it.
not know?
This
He
is
is
episode
absolutely an ass
38,
man.
I think.
I knew it. I needed confirmation.
Listen, playing this game gets you really starved for him because every character has breasts, but only a few have butts.
It's true.
It's deep. That's meaningful.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to Spnanon's TED Talk.
See you guys next week.
The best part about
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
the best part about the Rarity update is that means that Rainbow Dash is now in production. And we can finally have one of the good My Little Pony girls in this game.
What now?
Eh?
There's the main characters are like the main 6, spelled like Horsemane, M-A-N-E.
I've been on the internet, Joe. I know how it's spelled.
Well, again, thanks, Dad. And so we've got Twilight and Pinky, and they in their canon source material, they're good, they're fine, they're enjoyable characters. Rarity is pretty fucking unlikable. But then there are the 3 other characters, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, and Fluttershy, and they are actually thumbs up. Why haven't we gotten them yet?
Because people want to come inside Rainbow Dash.
Not that much, otherwise they would have done it already.
She's beating the game.
Rainbow Dash epilogue where you boil her in your cum.
Oh god.
Or you leave her out on the radiator
Yeah.
in a giant test tube.
That'll be her dual epilogue with Insane.
Drowns in
Pinky.
your boiled cum.
Have you guys ever heard of cupcakes?
Yes, that's where Pinkamena comes from.
I've
Yeah,
heard of it.
well, no, that's not where it comes from. Pinkamena
No?
comes from an episode.
I think I told this already, but I need to repeat it. I thought at first that people said Pinkamania,
Yeah.
and I thought Pinkamania was running wild on everyone.
Pinkamena comes from an episode where I can't remember, but like something happens and goes insane. I think it's just for like
Did she take something weird at her latest party?
maybe. I think it's just like for one like throwaway joke, but then the internet took it and ran with it and wrote a fucked up fanfiction where she cannibalizes one of her friends into a cupcake.
Good. Great. Lovely. I like it. Wonderful.
So I can't wait for Spinetti's
Which
first.
one? Which friend?
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash. Well, at least you can make a whole bunch of different colors.
So
Wide
I for
variety of
one,
Rainbow Dash cupcake.
I for
I
one
want to
can't
come
wait
inside a
for.
Rainbow Dash cupcake.
I cannot wait for Spinetti's first Dual Guru epilogue.
Where you kill and make cupcakes out of Rainbow Dash and then
Yes.
boil her in your cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a great concept.
Alrighty. Last up, Dust from Dust and Elysian Tale. Spelled
From dusk till dawn.
Taile.
Speaking of furries and coming inside,
We got a
Viz, why don't
real
you start
perfect
us
one for you
off?
now.
Viz,
we lost.
Hi. What?
it's your turn. Talk about
Oh.
Dust.
Sorry, I was had to step out for a second.
Well, you know, it's really bad. You should kind of sweep up, keep the place clean,
Oh
Oh
god.
yeah. Invest in a broom.
especially if your kids have asthma.
Oh, terrible.
Just get
Then
Yeah.
you really, speaking of that, which you shouldn't have them. You shouldn't let them near furries either, in case they have allergies.
get a can of compressed air. Just blow that shit away. But okay, so on Dust. Okay, first off, I have to say I actually really appreciate how not sure what the word for this is, like I guess devoted, motivated, engaged, I guess Gamer Fox is with like just with the community and with Dust, like working on Dust and maintaining him.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, like I really have hope. Like I really have hope that he's going to do great, and I really think that people need to engage with him more as well. Like that's kind of why, like the first thing I did with Chihiro coming back was targeting Dust. I need to
He
respond more.
picked
To
a
him.
very bad time to put him on testing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like I need to do something for this man because like he deserves it.
He's like, hey, here's my first try. It's this kind of niche, unknown male furry character. And then
This
we
game's
just
really
dump like
fun.
a dozen
9
forbidden
characters
buttons on it
made
that
by
people have
literal
asked for
teams of
years.
people.
God, yeah. And like I actually really appreciate like how he's done like kind of his character archetype. Like I didn't really expect to enjoy it as much as I did. That said, he could use a lot more generics. Like I noticed a lot of line repetition. Or well, not necessarily generics, but at least untargeted lines. Like things like
Say that again.
Visits generics.
generics?
Generics. 2 syllables.
What?
Wait, no.
Generic.
Generics.
No, 3 syllables.
It's not generics.
Okay.
Generics.
This is the power of no
Generics.
sleep.
Dude, Joe is correcting you on your pronunciation here. Mr. Naru himself.
But
Mr. Chun Lai himself.
Generics, yeah, or maybe not generics, but like at least lines that aren't targeted towards specific characters. Things like filtered lines or even like recipe lines. Something to stop him from repeating just a lot of things in situations where he hasn't been able to write targets yet. And his model could use some extra detailing on the parts that are really uniformly colored. Thinking places like his hat and his vest coat.
Yeah, the main thing is his hat, which is just a triangle.
Yeah.
Right now, which that needs some work. That looks kind of unnatural.
Yeah. It's a thing you kind of see a lot with, or from what I've noticed with like a lot of first-time models. But then, like,
I mean, I still
it's
build
pretty easy.
dresses out of rectangles, so who am I to argue?
Yeah, and I made MDR out of made her into a box. Also, I do have to question the giant dong, but I mean, if that's canon, I don't know.
No, it's not.
He needs the knot.
Would this guy really have a cannon dong?
It's not that kind of game.
When he's talking about a sword, that's what he means.
Yeah,
His
take his lines at face value, please.
His magic sword. His magic dong.
I mean, it can shoot stuff out of it,
It talks.
changes shape. It's magic.
But yeah, like I have full confidence in GamerFox, and I think that, like, if he keeps up at the pace he's going at right now, or like if he keeps up that same energy, he'll do great.
He's got to take his licks and kind of stick with the pain here. The pain of being compared to a dozen other often requested female characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this is just an unfortunate tragedy that Dust entered testing when he did, and immediately got sledged by the masquerade right after.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, first point of advice, just like hang in there. Like, this masquerade is scheduled to end in what I'd say 4 or 5 weeks, maybe somewhere between 3 and 5 weeks, I think. So the testing tables will clear up, and then like you'll get a lot. Okay, I wouldn't say a lot. You'll get more traffic to your character.
Can we talk about how this character has been overshadowed by the masquerade, and he's the only one that's actually wearing a mask?
It's not a
Crazy.
mask.
Yeah, his hat is just really low.
Covers his eyes.
Close enough.
So do my glasses. They're not a mask.
Joe, your glasses do not cover your eyes.
They're on top of my eyes, aren't they?
It's not what I fucking said.
Okay, well, if I wore
Why
a
do you gotta
wig,
do that shit, Joe?
Unless
So
you're wearing
wait,
sunglasses.
Spnanon, if Dust like leans backwards and his hat is no longer covering his eyes, does it transform from a mask back into a hat?
No, it means he's just taking off his mask.
Well,
Ooh,
the
see.
question this ultimately boils down to is a ketchup is a hot dog a sandwich.
Do you want this podcast to go for 7 hours or 17 hours, my boy?
Now I want it to go for 17 because this is a conversation worth having.
It's happening. I'm going to completely ignore the hot dog situation and say that while Dust is a male and a furry, and neither of those are in my zone whatsoever, he had some really funny lines. The line about his hat not coming off when he takes off his shirt, I loved it. That was good shit. That was just like nice. I liked it. Haven't played his game. I don't know a single thing about him. He talked about himself a little bit. Sort of like he would drop a name and I'd be like, what is that? And then his next line would be, well, let me tell you, sir. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take it. But the one big thing that I was told by people is that like he has a dual personality thing going on.
He's two people.
Yeah, and
He's 3 people.
I missed it completely.
Oh yeah, that could definitely be.
Yeah. So like
It
one
votes
is
a lot more.
supposed to be kind of serious and stoic, and one is loser virgin beta male. I don't know
One
how
is
else
named
to describe
Jin,
it.
so he really likes butts and rice crackers.
It's been a hot minute since I played Dust Elysian Tale.
The other one is named Cassius, so he's really just interested in killing Julius Caesar.
Well,
Alright.
the Cassius side is...
And then winning the world heavyweight boxing title.
The Cassius side is an assassin.
Okay.
I think the Jin side is some farmer or something like that. And they ended up having their souls fused because they killed each other under a magic moon at the exact same time or something. It's been a while since I played Dust.
What the fuck?
And now it's just like, hey, let's hang out in some furry's body.
Oh no, they were both furry. They were both furries already. I think they came from the moon. It's been a while since I played Dust.
Are you sure one
Well, this sure is some
just like,
stuff.
are you sure one didn't just like give the other the nod and it just like didn't come out?
Well, I'm pretty sure that at least one of them was impaled. I don't remember by what.
Oh lord, oh lord, oh lord.
You know by one.
Alright, look. To bring things back together, that sounds kind of cool. I can respect that. But I just need a clearer distinction between these two forms of him. Like I said, I've never played the game. I don't know what the game does to show when one is in control and one isn't. Like, either you really gotta like crack down on your lines and make it clear when one is talking and one is the other. That could be something like one speaks in bold. That could be just like really being picky about your lines.
Style
in the game, there is no indication on who is speaking because their personalities mostly kind of merge into one dude. Have you ever watched Steven Universe?
No.
Nope.
Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z? Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z?
No.
Not enough of it. Probably.
Why,
to
yes,
get
I
what you
have.
So you know, okay, Spnanon. You know how when Gogeta talks, it's not really Goku or Vegeta, but like it's a mix of them both.
Well, it's literally both of their voices playing.
But you know what I mean.
I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am
I am
Gogeta.
the one who. So it's like he's technically neither Cassius nor Jin. He's a mix of their personalities, and sometimes in the game,
Jassius?
sometimes in the game, it would be his Japanese name, Jinno.
Wait. Okay, first of all, it's a Japanese game.
No, it was a joke about how Gogeta uses about how Vegeta uses Kakarado, which is Goku's Japanese name.
Well, they didn't want to call him Vegerat. That doesn't sound good.
That sounds a bit terrible.
I'm afraid you have a fucking fatal case, Vegerat.
That actually doesn't sound like
Right
something
around
a
the
human
groin
would get.
area.
Sounds like something like you'd hear on the news, like, Ah, yes. Local farmers have been plagued by veg rot for years.
Anyway, so in this game, like his personality is kind of meshed into one dude. Even
Okay,
though
so
two of them
does Dust have his own personality, or is he just a mix of those two?
Yes, he has his own personality. So that's good.
So there are
Cool.
3 guys all hanging out in one body.
Yeah. Pretty
Well,
much.
okay. So I mean, then what you need to do is you need to pick your poison.
The game should have been called 3 Dudes, 1 Furry.
I think surely that name's already trademarked by someone. So like with Dust, right? And if that's the case, that it's this 2 personalities merge into one to create a third, then you need to just have that third personality. Because like I said, what I got out of it is there's like times where he's stoic and cool, nice, cold, all right, I like it, and then there are times where he's like just an absolute virgin, and he's squealing about seeing some anime titties like we do. And I'm just like, okay, that's sort of weird. So like, either you cut that both out and you just have this one unified Dust personality that embodies the whole game, or you decide you like the 2 sides of that coin and you do something to make sure they're really, really distinguished from each other. Besides one being cool and one being a virgin. Just like, it's the way they talk, it's the way they structure their own sentences, it's the way even the way their body language is. Oh, I haven't even talked about his posing. You know what? I'm not going to. I think work on this dialogue first. That is my recommendation. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
All right. Viz? Wait.
No, what? I already talked.
You already went. You already went.
Spnanon.
Spnanon.
Well, I'd like to start off by saying that hot dogs are not sandwiches.
This podcast is over. It's been nice knowing you, but I can no longer.
I cannot work in this environment.
Not this man. This child.
Joe, if a hot dog was a sandwich, it'd be called a sausage sandwich.
Well, what is your definition of a sandwich?
Oh no.
Let's see. It's got 2 pieces of bread and like an opening, and you put some shit in it, but there's more. Okay, not literal shit. Shit sandwich.
So what you're saying is that an ice cream sandwich isn't a sandwich? There's
It
no
is
bread.
a sandwich because
But there's
it's
no
called
bread.
an ice cream sandwich.
So so you just have to call something a sandwich for it to be a sandwich then. I'm calling this
Yes.
pretzel I'm eating a pretzel sandwich. Is it
You
a
know
sandwich
why?
now,
Because-
Spnanon?
Because that's how language works, Joe. That's what sandwich means, is whatever the fuck people call a sandwich.
Okay,
It's
then
not
this,
about some strict scientific definition. That's not how human culture works.
then this video's a sandwich now.
Us with the deep shit today.
This
Yeah,
video's a sandwich now. Fuck you.
38 edition of the SPNatI sandwich.
Fuck you and your descriptivist bullshit. Or prescriptivist.
The world needs classifications in order to function, Spnanon. It's how we as a society work.
Sandwich poker night at
it
the
doesn't
inventory.
matter to anyone. What's
Sandwich
a
night at the
What
inventory.
isn't?
We classify things as the way that they are for a reason.
Trying
so
to
that
classify things as how we got pizza as a vegetable.
I was not prepared for that sentence, so I will concede this victory to you.
Got him.
So what are your thoughts on Dust?
Well, like I said, it's a little bit old-fashioned, but if you can get yourself a dust buster, go for it. Gotta keep your house clean even through the winter months.
You didn't play him, did you?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Gamer Fox. I tried to get into as many characters as possible, but I had to work a lot. I have shit to do.
Spnanon just
I
constant.
will play him, and then hopefully he comes up on the next podcast, and I'll talk about him. I mean, when he gets in the main game, we can talk about him then.
All right.
So I'm sorry, but I've looked at his posing a little bit, and he's got some response, some targets to my girls, and that's often how what my first exposure to a character is sort of taking a look at their poses there. The main thing is make the hat a little bit better, and more detailed, not just a triangle. And I'm looking at Rarity's butt pose again just to give me strength. But yeah, and I don't know why his dick is so big.
Neither do I.
Don't
I never
worry.
got a chance to play him when he was still a human, and now he's back to being a furry.
Don't worry. Unnatural
Which I guess
dick
is more
sizes are a trap we all fall into.
But yeah, his penis is a little too thick. It also he seems to have the erect version based on like checking the little box that's in Kisake, which honestly makes the dick way too big compared to what it should be. Like it does not have a good Pochi does not have a good understanding of like how big a dick is flaccid compared to erect. Like you make it like sort of big flaccid and then it's erect and it's like going up to like almost his pecs.
Hold on.
Like you gotta have a pretty long dick to like reach your belly button.
I need to know because one of us is saying this word wrong. Flaccid.
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 Wait.
Wait.
I've always thought it was
just
flaccid.
the emphasis. I don't know. How do you say flaccid?
Flaccid.
It's probably flaccid.
That is how Google says it.
I need to take my victories
Flaccid.
when I can get them.
Flaccid. Yeah.
Flaccid?
Okay, Google says
See?
flaccid.
Does it?
Well,
Yes, it
There's
does.
no way that's right.
Damn.
yeah, okay. We
Thanks,
can all
Google.
disagree, and no matter which of us is wrong, Google is wronger.
That's not how you say that.
Then again, I
know.
guess I've never had any casual conversations before where we were using that word. So,
Anyway, Dust's penis. We were talking about that.
it's too big.
It is. I've played that game.
But it needs the knot. If you're
It
gonna
does
go
not.
furry, you gotta go full furry.
You
It
know?
does not need the knot.
What are you, a coward, Joe?
Flaccid.
What are you afraid of?
Yes, please.
Do you actually want this Spnanon?
I mean, you
Did-
gotta go
did-
all in on the
did it-
niche.
Didn't you just last podcast episode say that you can't keep doing things ironically, and yet here you are asking for a wolf knot penis in your video games?
That's not ironic. I'm saying that would give him
It's a legitimate thing. Like, this furry needs to be a furry. Go full.
You can't do it in half measures. Although you
Anyway,
should probably half measure his dick.
yeah, yeah, I'd agree.
Measure it out to half of what it currently is.
So,
I mean, that knot's never gonna come out.
I played Dust and Elysian's Hail, and there are a couple things I gotta say about Dust. First is, I think that, absolutely, you need to make him shrink. You need to give him some shrinkage. He's good. I get that he's two dudes, but when you fuse with somebody else, it doesn't add to each other. Though that'd be sick if it did. Second, I agree in that like his clothes could be done with some detail, maybe some shading with some ribbons and belts or something. I actually do enjoy. I think this is an amazing first model, even though it's technically the second version of it. He's got the blush glitch going on in a couple of poses where it has a blush going. That shouldn't be there. I do really like Dust. Like I'm kind of like poking at him. I'm not like shitting on him. I don't want to get the impression that I don't like Dust. I like Dust. I like his game, and you've captured him well. He should be a bit snarkier, in my opinion. And honestly, I feel like you should do what Spnanon did with Ryoko, where he has
Joe, you want to try that again?
no.
I heard Ryoko.
In
I'm talking
fact,
about Ryoko Asakura.
Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill.
Matoy.
That's what I said.
No, you said Matoy.
Matoi. Anyway, I feel like you should double down on that and give him Fidget as like a companion with the pose maker. That's like his Navi kind of character. His little. And honestly, I feel like if you added her, then you'd have you'd open the door for way more banter because you could just have her show up in a pose and do some stuff, and it would bring a lot of personality to the game. And if you want to double down on that, you can give him the Blade of Ara. And here's the thing: I will model that blade for you if you want me to, because that also a character that like talks to him, and I feel like Dust a lot of he's an interesting character in his own right, but he really shines with those two companions, and so I feel like it's a little bit weird not having him to banter. I also feel like oh wait, no, that was gonna never mind. That was different. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Dust. I like him, but I think there's a lot of things that... Alright! Questions and answers, and then we'll go to the time leap where we're all 3 years old. We're all strong enough to fight the main villain. And go for the masquerade stuff.
Ha!
Question 1. What has motivated the choice of character to make for SPNatI? What was the thought process for each of them?
Okay, so part of it is just like yes, I like this character and I want to see porn of them, and yeah. So like, but then also part of it is some of it is also just like, okay, this like people really want to see this character, but no one's doing anything about it. So it's like, who else is going to step in? If no one else does, like if I don't do this, no one else will, kind of thing. But then yeah, like lately it's just been like that was kind of my thought process behind Monica and Sayuri, from what I remember. But then now it's lately just been, yeah, I like this character and I think I would do well with them. And yeah. I already kind of explained my thought process behind some of my upcoming projects, so yeah.
Yeah. So when I first discovered SPNatI, I played it for like a day or two, before I actually stumbled upon Monica's like the spiel where you can click on her dialogue box and she tells you all about the wonderful world of SPNatI development. I was just like, yeah, this is my jam. This sounds great. So after reading that, finishing up that game with Monica, I pulled up Kisekai to look at the tools. I'm just like, I don't know what character I want to make, but I want to make a character. And lo and behold, right there, as I was flicking through the default models that come in Kisekai, hey look, it's a boat. I like boat games. I'll make a boat.
Is she still in there? I thought he got rid of all the copyrighted characters, right?
No idea, but
I don't
this
think
was
he has.
like obviously when I first started and we were on like Kisekai 63 or something, whatever number it was. Yeah, I saw Shimikaze, I'm like, I'll make Shimikaze, easy. Back then, I was so naive and simple, I thought to myself, well, if it's a Kisekai default, that must mean like it's good enough quality for the game. So I literally used the default model as is. Made a pose set in all of like 30 minutes, and then got some feedback, Hex gave me a model. So Shimikaze was, for the most part, just like complete coincidence. I didn't go into SPNatI going like, I need to make Shimikaze for SPNatI. I just saw it and went, yeah, okay, easy.
That actually worked?
Yeah, it worked. So I think I was like in fucking developer nirvana when I discovered SPNatI. Like, it was just, I think I could have picked literally any character in the world and they would have made it from testing to main game, from like idea to main game. The quality would be vastly different depending on who I eventually picked, but I'm pretty sure like the headspace I was in, I would have finished anyone.
I need to jump to the timeline where Makase is a default character in Kiss.
Yeah, that could have been it. That could have been the world we lived in. I mean, I also...
Just make her yourself, Joe.
Am I gonna have to fucking world shift us to the Steins Gate timeline?
Yeah, get us the Steins Gate timeline.
Just ask a mod to talk to, or ask a mod to let you talk to that one masquerade guy who.
Yeah,
like,
just bring them back together.
Yeah.
There were two separate teams.
Get both of them. Make the mega collab.
I want to go microwave a banana. I'll be right back.
See ya.
I'm sorry, what?
Fucking watch Steins Gate.
Yeah, it's genuinely good.
Mm-hmm. Would recommend it, yes.
Do you like good anime? Steins Gate's for you.
Oh,
no, I
don't.
exclusively
Okay.
watch shit.
Okay, clearly then.
No,
Misty
that's
hasn't
my job
watched
to
it.
exclusively write shit. Hold on.
I guess you were the perfect replacement for SNS Chase as a mod.
Exactly. And as for Remilia, it may be a surprise to you, but Remilia is like not even in my top 10 Touhou characters. I don't think. I did the like sorter, and I'm pretty sure she's like 17 or something. The thought process behind Remilia was, I just want to do something like completely stupid and wacky and push the limits of what can be in SPNatI. So I made a full tandem
Push
character.
the age limits.
Well, I already set the age limit, and I'm like, I can get it closer to the edge. So yeah, like I literally remember the thought in my mind when I said to myself, I should make this character for SPNatI. I was sitting on the train. I was going to university. I'd sort of like started to burn out on Shimikaze, so I was just like thinking, what am I going to do afterwards? Because that sounded exciting, whatever my next project was. And someone said something on the social server. I don't remember what it was, but I think it involved like time stopping. And I'm just like,
It was probably about Dio then.
might have been. And I was just like, there's a Touhou character that does time stop. Can I do some time stop stuff in SPNatI?
I talk about time stopping a lot.
Yeah.
My-
For all
my
we
favorite.
know, you can blame Joe for Amelia being in SPNatI. Who knows? I don't even remember back then.
So if I just shitpost about powers that I like enough, people like characters.
Yeah, start shitposting about like big brains and waifus in lab coats, and maybe, just maybe, your dreams will one
He
day
already
come true.
does that.
We
though.
need like the full time stop table. Like this game will never end. That's the table.
We have Jotaro, Sakuya, Dio, and Diego.
You could have
I mean,
Homura from Monica
Kira-
Magica.
Yeah, you can have.
Oh, yeah.
Kira does some timey-wimey shenanigans.
He doesn't stop time though. He erases.
He yeah. I mean,
No.
that's
He goes back in time. Diablo erases.
functionally similar, right?
No.
No.
Hmm.
All right. Well then. But yeah. So Remilia was an accident. Shimikaze was an accident, and that's it.
Was wait,
Zero planning and plotting in my thought processes.
so wait. When you were coming up with Remilia, was that around the time the Posemaker was being developed?
No. Remilia, I will gladly take responsibility that I made Remilia and forced you guys to create a Posemaker to support it better. I know you didn't, because you made the Posemaker for Chihiro. But yeah, Remilia V1 was long before the Posemaker.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, which is why originally Sakuya had the same expression for pretty much every pose. And now she has the same expression for every two poses.
Ah.
Yeah, damn. Yeah. So Spnanon, tell us about your Vandread origin story once more.
Is there much to tell? Have I really told the Vandread origin story? I just found it on Newgrounds.
Yeah, that's it.
Dating sim flash game. So I was 14 and impatient. I was like, this game is dumb and it takes too long to get to the good stuff. Although I really like that blue-haired girl. Came back to it like 2 years later, just like, hey, I remember that game that wasn't any fun. I wonder if it's fun. And then I just like watched the show because I was like, is this like a porno show?
Was it?
That was my main focus at the time. And I thought that like Mayo was like the main love interest because there's like a bunch of girls you can romance in the Flash game. And I thought, well, obviously she's the best one, so she must be the main one. Imagine my surprise when she wasn't. But in any case, yeah, there was never really any thought process for Maya. The second I thought like, oh, I should make a character for SPNatI, like I didn't think I should make a character. I just thought, oh, I should make Maya. Because, like, what else would be worth my time? And then Jura was sort of, I'd say at this point ill-conceived, just because it was my very inexperienced way of like, oh, I don't know how to make Maya interesting, so I'll just give her someone to talk to who already knows, her.
You mean, with the power of hindsight, that was a pretty big power play. Now you can just have your entire gang sitting up there at number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
well, the rules won't allow that.
Tragic.
So there was that. So, I probably wouldn't make Jura today because I think 2 characters for Vandread is a little indulgent. But I'm glad that people have responded to her just fine. So that was kind of the thought process there. And I really paid for it because like I had to devote a whole month just to writing the interactions between those 2. Which in hindsight is so little time compared to how much
I knew it. Sorry.
Did you just have like little moment of like an explosion of anger?
No, I
Is that just like 3 weeks of like just
No. I just got confirmation on something that I was like 99.9% sure on anyway, and then it just that 0.1% like rose up a little bit, and it's like, man, I'm fucking a genius, man. I'm smart. Why do I pretend like I'm not?
Johan. Your question about the masquerade devs is later.
Don't worry. We'll get to it in a bit.
All right, so Joe's house is going to burn down, which might cut this podcast off.
Oh, I hope it doesn't.
Anyway, Revi, I adopted Revi. It seems like a long way away now, but she was not originally my character. She was early 2017, so well before my time. And I targeted her a fair bit with Maya early on, not knowing a whole lot about her. All I knew was that she just kind of shit. She was the funny character that shit on everybody else, but was pretty well abandoned at that point. So I lamented on her channel that she would never respond, and the Masp said that it's like, hey, you could write some pretty spicy lines for her. I think you should adopt her. So I watched Black Lagoon for the purposes of writing her. So I found out that there was a little bit more to her than just completely trashing everybody, which was nice to see. Turns out I couldn't believe how high her voice was and how stringy she was, because she's a lot younger than I thought she was initially from her initial SPNatI appearance. Just stuff like that. But that was the idea. That was on Namasp's recommendation.
Thank you, Namasp.
Yeah. So I really kind of fell in love with Revi over time and what I could do with her. And I think I've made her my own. Let's see. There was Ryuko, who Superfluous had like a partial model made, and I was in the kill a kill. So it's just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll write for Ryuko. Her art's pretty much already done. So I had a lot of fun posing her and writing her. But it was all kind of like very quickly. And then, well, I haven't made her yet, but Fubuki, the idea behind that is just, can I make some creative posing and lines with psychic powers going on, kind of things. And she's a bit more of like a serious, sort of stoic, analytical character, which is what I like writing that, like the way Maya is, same sort of thing. So like serious compared to like the double dose of aggression that Revi and Ryuko had. I think I got kind of burned out on that. So it's just the nice idea of being able to write like another serious character who's a little bit more social and sort of like a socially scheming the way Jura is. So sort of having them combined together like that.
Combined to create the Megazord.
Yeah. Plus, she's got big tits.
Always a plus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The world could use more of those.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it.
Alright. So, my characters. I made Rinka because she is cute and I like her. And then I made Chiaki because she is and I like her. And then I made Kira as a fucking joke, and look how that turned out. And then I made Amalia because she's cute. I like her. Let's see here. What did I do next? I started Hope Lonzi because she's cute and I like her, and Xenoblade X is my favorite fucking game of all time. But I also did not do her justice, so I don't know if I'll ever go about finishing her. Well,
You kind of dropped her pretty quickly.
I think he's cutting out.
I am?
That might have just
Little.
been me.
Oh no, I see
I
the
heard it
little...
too.
I see the little red bar of death. Okay, I'm back. I see the little red bar of death on my voice. So one day I'm gonna make a Xenoblade character. Maybe it'll be Hope. Maybe it'll be Elma. It'll be someone. I'm not sure.
And then that's the day someone just decides to drop Rex just for shits and giggles.
Yep.
The day that I've already
Pure
said it
class.
before, but the day that somebody makes Rex, it won't be because they like Rex as a character, because there's no character to like. It will be done to spite me.
And Johan will have his vengeance.
And if it happens, then it means that somebody hates me that much. And at that point, why bother staying?
Oof.
I'm gonna have
Brutal.
all my characters target Rex, and when he comes, they're gonna say, "I love you." That way he can go,
Oh god.
"I love you," and all of my friends.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I killed Joe. He's dead.
Ah.
He's got nothing to say to that.
I'm just like so disappointed by my life choices that have led me to comment. So let's see here. After that, I made Saki because she needed to be protected. She needed a happy ending. Then I made Mahiru because she's cute and I like her, and I handed her over to Cog, which is probably the best development decision you can make. Then I started work on Hanako because she's cute and I like her, but it took a million years because Yuri. Then I made Kamina because he's just like an excuse for me to be like just stupid wholesome. And I like that. And then I did the art for Mithra because somebody else seemed passionate about developing the game, but their model wasn't quite up to snuff, so I had to like lend a hand. And then my upcoming projects are the Sword and Shields girl because she's cute and I like her, and Ochiko because she's cute, I like her.
Did you mention
I'm sensing
Kira?
a recurring pattern.
I
You
did
did.
mention Kira.
I just thought his origin was funny. Just
As a joke.
the Aiko thread. Just thinking about all the hand reveals.
And then I helped with Akko because really that I just wanted to collab with masquerade, which like, can you blame me?
No, I don't blame you at all.
And then that took a because Yuri. And then like, okay, what are my upcoming projects aside from that? Like,
Oh wait, Misty, did you explain why you were or your thought process behind PA-15?
Oh, I just thought she was cute.
and you liked her?
Yeah, I liked her aesthetic. I liked her body language, and so I said I'm gonna make a model. And I put so much work into this model, and at the end I'm just like, well, I gotta do something with it. So I tried writing some dialogue. It really worked, and I'm just like, yeah, I can do this.
All right, let me look a little bit more at my upcoming project. So I'm kind of oh yeah, Dante, because honestly, I just want to write Dante. I just want to have an excuse to fucking have Devil Trigger in SPNatI. Like, this is all I'll ever play during his forfeit. Gundam Tanaka, because, like, I just want to write that character who's just fucking Shinibio as all hell. Let's see here. Who else am I working on?
That is a very big question.
I think that's all I have planned. Oh, right. Somebody just sent me a message. Because... Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm tentatively working on Yuri with 2B, on 2B from Nier Automata, Nikon Sumiki from Danganronpa 2, and Stalking Anarchy and Stalking. But, Yuri.
Have you just got the entire cursed waifu list ready to slam into testing?
And then like 2 more that I'm not even going to commit to, but I've been thinking about it, are Ashley from Honey Pot 2, because she's a cute redhead. And like, yes, you've already got me. I'm sold.
That's it. It's done.
And then, of course, I've been asking, Spare Makase man?
Who?
Makase Karisu?
Oh.
Fucking somebody needs to do it. And if I don't, who will?
Clearly, we're in the Alpha World line.
Yeah.
We're in the Alpha field.
Anyway, Makase,
Get back
because
to
she's cute, and I like her. So there you go. I'm not a complicated person.
I see cute girl, I make cute girl.
Fill your heart with cute girls.
Definitely
Okay.
worthy of respect.
There's a character that I'm interested in making for SPNatI, but I feel that this character couldn't be implemented properly without spoiling her source material. My question is, where do we draw the line between representing a character faithfully and spoilers? If a character cannot be added without spoiling their source, is it better to avoid that character altogether? Now, Viz, you're a mod, so you get the final call on this. Just know that doesn't mean that people won't disagree with you.
Okay, so thing is with as with all of these official binding decisions, we do it as a group. So I actually can't say anything official here because I don't have the
reflective views of the SPNatI game mod team.
Yeah, it only reflects the views of a fifth of them. But personally, I actually didn't have this problem with Monica and Sayori because it's literally the rule that you have to assume that the player already knows about, has already played through DDLC first before doing fan content and stuff. So I just went straight ahead and okay, yeah, I'm going to spoil all of the things, which is, yeah, as you obviously know from the glitches and stuff. But then with my other characters, I honestly don't care. Same way, fuck it, go straight ahead, do all the spoily things.
I agree. But Mysti, what are your thoughts?
And that's why Chihiro is Chihiro.
So,
Yeah.
of all the characters I've tried to make, one of them had a story which concludes, and that was when I was trying to make Anja. So I've never had to think about this whatsoever.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. It's going to, if you went and just did no spoilers whatsoever, it would be almost impossible to make a character from a series that is ongoing.
Yeah, so okay. So general rule of thumb is that the older a spoiler is, the less people are going to rage and shout at you because they've had plenty of time to experience that media. There are so many aspects to consider. My first mental idea was that the more niche your character is, the more okay it is to spoil them, because you're most likely only going to attract people who know who your character is, so you're not spoiling anything. So if you have a character with pinpoint appeal that you're not trying to aim for a general audience, you really are looking for fans of the material, spoil it. That's fine. You're appealing to your primary market. That's what you should be doing for it. If you have a character with very generic appeal, where there's just something about their design that people are going to go, yes, I want to see this anime girl's titties, be careful about spoilers, because the more general appeal you have, the less you can be certain that the people playing your character will know the media they're from. Okay, and also this question's a bit hard to speak about in a vague general sense, because I'm very confident this is a very case-to-case thing. It's hard to just slap a hard and fast rule and say, follow the rule of thumb, you'll be good. Yeah.
Because even if you pick okay, yes, this character is like we're writing this character as if they're at this point in their series or at this point in their source material, and then like they know all this stuff before, and we're not going to spoil anything after this. But then you could still have like retroactive things that turn out to be. What the hell am I talking about again?
That like contradict with your character.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or it's like,
okay.
Yeah.
So I've just thought about it with a character that I have briefly considered making, and I'm just going through like what's spoilery, what parts of her character can't I talk about without ruining the plot, what things I can't. I think you can take a snapshot of a character in time and pick a point before spoilers become important, and you should be able to still do that character. So, okay. One problem that I foresee is that you've picked a character who, after a certain event, becomes very different. Like, if you're trying to do the character after that event happens, and the event is like a pivotal plot point, then you're really stuck.
Oh.
Because why does that character act in that way to begin with? Something happened, and it's something that is a big spoiler. Like, that case, I think you're just boned. Like, you just have to bite the bullet, spoil the story.
Or if they reveal that it was all a ruse, like Eni.
Yeah, like Eni's.
Or like, spoilers for Danganronpa 1, there's a character whose existence is a spoiler. Mukuro Ikusaba, 16th student hidden somewhere within this academy. Watch out for her. Like, her existence is a spoiler. So, like...
Yep. So yeah, it's like, again, it's hard to talk about in a vacuum. We don't know anything about who you're talking about. It could be anyone. We don't know like what the nature of this spoiler is or why you're having this sort of.
I think it might depend on the context of the series that you're doing. Like, say if it was a Danganronpa character. Danganronpa is a franchise that, like,
built on mystery.
You should know by now that it's a mystery game. So if it's like Danganronpa or Your Turn to Die or Phoenix Wright or something like that, if you're playing a character, you're signing up for the terms and conditions. But you probably don't have to worry about that if you're playing with, I don't know, Pokemon.
And then, like in all cases, practicality is always like top priority, and like associated UI concerns. So like this is why Chihiro is listed as male, even though that's really a spoiler for Danganronpa. Like he's listed as male on select screen. So even if you weren't intending to play him, and you were just scrolling through, you'd still be able to notice that. But that's just for like so that people aren't pissed when they try and pick him, and then pick him thinking he's a girl, and then oops, there's a dick there.
Penis.
Yeah. So yeah.
Spnanon, what are your thoughts?
I'm glad you asked. Mostly I try to bury the spoilers in a mountain of other lines around. I mean, this is both a fan work and the whole game is about stripping a character down and exposing all their secrets, including some rather secret areas. So, I think it's fair to expect any given spoilers from any character if you pick them.
I know that Orange listens to every episode, and I know that he disagrees with this.
What? Oh, yeah. That you're signing on for spoilers when you pick a character?
Yeah.
Because, why would this be your first exposure to them? And even if it is, because the character is kind of obscure and maybe this game is introducing you to them, I don't know. If I get trying to avoid spoilers, but I don't think it needs to go to this extent where we need to like try to like tiptoe around the issue when trying to capture a character. Like if a story is ruined by knowing what happens in it, then it's a shitty story. Like if all you have is the twist, then that's not very interesting. So there's a bit of a spoiler culture that we kind of have. Like, what kind of story is it where like it's only good if you don't know what happens?
I don't know if I necessarily say it like that, but I feel like there is a lot of enjoyment coming from it. So I remember that we had this talk during, like, whenever a thing happens, like on the Discord, when Avengers Endgame came out, we had a don't talk about this movie for 3 weeks.
I understand not being a dick and like telling people ahead of time just to spoil it for them. But the fact that people can get so up in arms about it, like, oh, I can't believe that Thanos lost. Like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
People weren't people weren't surprised Thanos lost. People were surprised that, Iron Man died. Okay, like, it was in the Spider-Man trailers.
Look at like the hesitation you have there. Like, it's so fucking awful that your character dies in a movie.
It took like 20 movies in 10 years.
Who fucking gives a shit?
Well, okay, look, I think there's a really
movie.
I think there's a really big distinction between spoiling the ending to Endgame and like spoiling who the antagonist of Danganronpa 1 is.
Yeah.
Like for example, someone's never seen Vandread before, and they play one of Spnanon's Vandread characters. They're both from like can you call it a harem? No, they come from like a space action mecha anime.
It's kind of a harem, but they don't really compete for the main character in a way that a harem normally does. It's sort of like a joke or a parody because they're all sort of competing for him and like who gets to combine their ship with him. It's sort of like the joke. But even then, they work it out pretty quickly. Of like, okay, like we agree, like it's all about what's best tactically at the moment. So it's not really a harem in the typical sense, because like there's like 3 main girls, and only one of them is ever seriously interested in him romantically anyway, and the other 2 don't even really try.
Yeah, but like, so a series like that is not going to have like deep plot or intrigue to it. So there's nothing really to spoil. Someone can go blind into your character, and they're not going to lose very much. But like, again, if we had the villain,
the main character should mostly just focus on their premise. The only thing you really spoil is some of the development that they have over the course of the series.
And that's fine. You can like mimic the development from the series, and that'd be a really powerful character written. But
And
like
you're
I
right,
said,
it's not a super deep plot, but
yeah.
Why would you go out of your way to say that anyway?
Well, okay, because your point was that like you should be able to, like, if you go into a character blind, you're signing up for that. And like a lot of like the point I was building up towards is that characters from a series with an aspect of mystery or intrigue to the plot, like if again I keep going back to Danganronpa, if we had the main antagonist from Danganronpa 1, well, there's nothing about that character that indicates their importance to the plot or anything. And you can go blind into that, and you can have your experience ruined. And as a mystery game, like, the plot and working it out and what the answer is important to the story.
Even
then,
I feel like people are too anal about it.
You could argue that it is great, honestly. Like
what kind of story is only good once if you don't know what happens in it?
Well, a mystery.
Yeah.
The whole idea is like, what is the answer?
Well,
I know there's value in working towards the answer.
To go back through and be like, oh, I see what the significance of that was.
Yeah,
now. And even if the way it was told.
Yeah, you should still be able to enjoy it the first time.
But your enjoyment won't be as high. Okay. It's a matter of perspective. I guess you can get a lot more enjoyment by figuring out, but that takes a certain time.
I've played and watched a lot of stuff like way after it came out, I knew the twist to BioShock already. The whole "would you kindly" thing, and it didn't ruin it for me. It just made me appreciate how the story was told. And I just recently watched Monica Magica, and I knew going in basically all the fucked up shit that happens. I basically knew all the twists just from osmosis, and just the general bad stuff. And it still got to me because it was told in a good way. It was told in a way that stirred up emotions, and you're still wondering how are they going to pull it off. Even if you know what's going to happen, it's all about the way it's told. Here, let me clue you in on something. If you're a spoiler defender, literally every story has things in it that happen A story is not good because things happen in it. It is the way a story is told that makes it good. Because literally every plot has been done. It's all about the emotions. It's about, even if you know that some bad shit is gonna happen, you should be thinking the whole time like, they can't possibly do that, right? They're not really gonna do that.
But if you know that they are, then some of the magic.
But it should be good enough. It should be emotional enough where you're hoping against hope that's not really gonna happen.
Well, yes, of course. But if you don't know if it will happen or not, then it becomes a little more exciting.
But if that's all it has, then it's literally just like a cheap trick of storytelling.
Of course.
Seeing how it happened.
Of course, if that's all it has, then yes. But
I think people put too much stock in it to worry about it in a fucking fan work porn game, which is like a tertiary way to experience a source material.
See, like,
and you're worried about spoilers. Like, who the fuck cares? Of course, things happen in it.
My perspective is
magical girls turn into witches. There you go.
I take the perspective of the developer, and I just like, fuck it. I'll just do it the easiest way.
It's still good.
I'll do it the easiest way. I'll take the easiest option.
I didn't ruin anything for you.
I don't care about spoilers. It's the easiest way for me to do things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
In the end, convenience is key.
Fucking Joe is going to censor those spoilers.
I'm not. I'm not. But the weight of whoever is set.
Like, is that the only value that Avengers has? Is for you to go in and be like, oh damn, Iron Man died.
The entire
literally
movie.
Just that gut reaction is the only thing it has going for it as a story.
The entire movie was good, but
there you go. Then there's nothing to worry about knowing how it ends.
Yes, there is, because it's still an emotionally driven moment that if you go in knowing, it like soils the payoff of it.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't completely remove it, but it makes it like
a good story is good no matter how. If you knew every single thing that happens, you want to know why? Go to like your favorite movie ever and read the Wikipedia synopsis on it, and it sounds like fucking shit.
Yes, of course.
It sounds like the most boring thing ever because it's just stating the facts of what happens in it, all about how it's told.
Well, yes. Like, I'm not saying that if you go in knowing Iron Man dies, it's suddenly a terrible movie. But at the same time, it's a surprise, and it is something that 20 movies and 10 years worth of build-up have been going in, and you should be able to go in and enjoy it blindly if that's how you like to watch movies.
I'm not saying be a dick and intentionally ruin the ending for people. But the fact that people are so like hush hush about it and they like instilling rules about how you can't talk about it is just ridiculous. This is getting moved to the end, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
God.
No. It's all on top.
This is all relevant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was all philosophy.
I guess.
Do you guys ever wonder if we're alone at the end? No, I'm kidding. Is your character being popular outside of the Discord important? Why or why not?
Wait, what do they mean by this? Like, the character we write, or like the character
the characters you've made
that we pretend to be?
I think just the general player base liking your character.
Yeah. Not as in the character in general.
Oh, okay, yeah, I consider that important. Like, yeah. Why do you think I do all that cross promotion? Every now and then. Yeah.
Have you posted Chihiro to like our small dicks?
That is a great idea.
There's a thing on Rule 34 Discord. I cross promote Chiaki.
Yeah, once he hits main game, sure.
So, I did that with R Kill la Kill because R Kill la Kill actually existed.
And I think
do that with Vandread or Black Lagoon.
I posted Hanako to just regular Kato Shoujo. So.
But yeah, I'll probably do that once Chihiro actually hits main game. So like 6 months from now.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Okay. Well, my short answer is it's not important, and that's because I can't measure it. Like, there are systems in place to look at like player-based statistics, but they're for game mod eyes only.
Post the statistics. You can measure it whenever Arndress decides.
Yeah. Once in a blue moon. Yeah. Like, even if that were the case, like you can't measure impact of something you do very easily, especially if Andres posts like once every 6 months, hey, here's a little snapshot so we can tease you guys. Like if this information was more accessible to me as a dev, and I could see what impact my development actions make on how important my character was, then yeah, it would be like would be an important thing for me. But like I can't access this information, so like whatever, I don't care. It doesn't matter at all to me.
Speaking from like actually having looked at those same statistics, I'm not actually sure how like I'm pretty sure there's at least somewhat representative of like our actual general player base. But then remember it's a lot of it is pretty much just only people who explicitly say yes, I want to send my information to you. So it's like maybe it's just maybe it's just the people who really care about it. Who knows? That's
still like a much broader audience than our little Discord bubble of people who like it's hard to get a snapshot of where your character lies from just the Discord bubble. And like even as you say, you know, you don't know what proportion of your players that is that click yes, I will give you my usage statistics. Like just the raw number of people that represents is a lot more than like the 100 on Discord, that's for sure. Like an order of magnitude larger than 100 people.
A few orders of magnitude.
What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I feel like it has value. I'm not interested in making a character just for this small group of people. Like it's nice to get that kind of validation and have this social experience with the other developers, but if I wanted only the validation of the Discord, I'd make some Danganronpa characters.
Or a Fire Emblem.
Or Ruby. Yeah. So that's I mean, I'm just making characters that I like and I think I could do a good job with, and you know, it's seeing the resource success and the play statistics that really makes me like feel validated in the end and feel like it's worth something. Because if you can attract complete randos into your work and into trying it out and to enjoying it, that really means, I mean, it kind of says something about your own artistic creative ability, you know, because they have no personal reason to you know, patronize you like that. It is entirely on the quality of your work. So yeah, it means a lot to me, and it's really humbling and really exciting to see just casual players engage with what I make. So yeah, absolutely.
This is something I'm slightly...
Say again?
Joe died. I mean, adding on to what I just said, like nobody knows who Maya and Jura is. So to see them having some decent play statistics really meant a lot to me, because that is like the ultimate measure of like I really can attract people with what I make. You know, like I feel because of their obscurity, I feel like that's more a reflection on the job I did selling them more than anything else. You know.
Yeah.
All right, I am not dead anymore. This is something I'm slightly worried about, because during the resort, my character performs better during dev polls, and I do wonder if people just vote for my characters because they know me and they like me, and not that my characters are actually enjoyable. And that is a fear that I struggle with, and I have no way of knowing if there's any truth to it whatsoever.
I mean, at least that means you're a cool guy to know.
Yes, but I'd like to be a cool guy and a good writer instead of just a cool guy.
There you go.
So I'd like to hope that characters are popular outside of just Discord user base providing feedback.
Like I said, I think one of the main things that your characters could improve upon is just kind of like dirty talk. Which I think a lot it sort of shoots a character up into there, because I think that's one of the reasons my characters have been successful, is because I really make an effort to play to the fact that it's a porn game and really try to go in on the dirty talk.
I will probably try and add some of those lines to
because you know you can't forget your audience here.
I'll try and add some of those lines characters.
Every so often, you gotta write with your dick in your hand and see if it's working for you.
I will follow my other head.
Exactly.
That's what we call quality testing. Quality assurance.
That's my advice to all the creators out there. Sometimes you gotta, like the masturbation lines, you gotta write those with your dick in your hand. Thursdays, Yuri, Napsu, listen up. You gotta put your dick in your hand and get to it.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a snack if you guys want to keep going. What masks would you wanted to see in terms of teams?
Wait, before you go, did we agree on what this question is even asking us?
I assume that it's meant.
I still don't know.
What
Yes.
like?
What?
Because a ton of characters got like pitched by each team, right?
Well, it says
Well-
what masks would you have wanted to see? But
In terms
masks
of
refers to like
team?
the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like teams.
Yeah.
Okay, well
What
then
does that mean?
let
I
us
don't
decipher.
know who
let,
I don't know who I want because I don't know who's on the mask.
let us decipher
Well, okay,
this. the best
How am
we
I supposed
can.
to answer
So-
this?
What I approached the okay, I didn't actually prepare for this question. I have no idea what
we
my
can
answer's
tell
gonna
you wrote this. What the fuck did you mean?
be. So what I think it is that like
Take
generate
your
a
dick
group
out
of
of your
3
hand
people.
and tell us what this question means.
No. How am I supposed to answer this then?
Well, just so what I think it is that make your dream team mask. So
No, the thing is,
pick one writer, one poser, and you can't really pick a newbie. That's
Me,
like
me, and me.
okay.
Isn't
There's only one Spnanon.
Haven't
No,
we
because-
answered the question before of what our dream collabs are?
No, because the thing is, like,
Yeah, kind of have.
I know who the masks are. I can't say anything because then it would cast suspicion on everything I say.
Okay. Well, do you want to just go? Well, didn't they already go through the different groups and which girl they thought was best, or which character was best from each mask's proposals? Haven't you already done that?
Well, you
What?
two can do that.
I guess me and Viz can do that.
Oh god, what? Oh, okay.
So, all right, Viz, let's go through the mask proposals and talk about our favorite one from each
Can
group.
you link that to me again?
I'm looking for it myself.
Ha!
Can I just like Control F proposals? What would it be under?
Yeah, but like, the thing I was gonna say from before with like how am I supposed to answer this? Like, I don't think I would really be able to say anything about like hypothetical math groups without accidentally
Has it been
revealing.
influenced by real ones?
Yes. So like
Okay.
that's why yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go, Viz. I've got you the link there.
Oh god.
Okay, so the first 3 are, let's see, Rei from Star Wars, Mei Hatsume from Hero Aka, and Flannery from Pokemon. I picked Flannery. I loved Flannery when I played through her games.
I think compared to a lot of gym leaders, Flannery has a really distinct voice because she does the thing where she's trying to act cooler than she is.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Like there's definitely some material to work with there, and I wish that was the person that group picked.
Just apply that to dirty talk. Again, it's like I'm gonna
False
fuck
bravado.
you so hard,
Oh,
player.
God.
I'm gonna break your pelvis.
God, I wish that were me.
Um,
I'm
So
gonna drain your balls.
I'm gonna drain all the
Gonna
pee out of
drain-
your balls.
Yeah, gonna drain out your pee-pee.
I'm gonna suck all of the pee out of your balls. Oh god.
All right, what do you think, Viz?
The only character I know even a little out of that list is Mei Hatsume. And for obvious reasons, she really appeals to me. So
Tech wizard.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Tech wizard, pink hair,
You
really
like
energetic.
science?
Yes. In case you couldn't tell, I also like Kankole Akashi.
Any sort of
Yeah.
wrench wench is
Yes.
straight up Viz's alley.
Vandread has a wrench wench.
She does. Didn't someone want to make her?
I don't know. There's been some
Mm.
models thrown around. I think
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
better than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you gotta just like say hello. I'm here to steal your model. Thanks, bye.
I'd like to share very quickly a story that, or one thing I love about Rey from Star Wars.
Oh,
that
please.
she's played by Daisy Ridley. And I was on V, on 4chan when the Smash Direct came out, or like Smash Ultimate was announced, and people kept posting pictures of Daisy Ridley because Daisy and Ridley were announced.
Oh!
It's like, she's in, boys. We did it.
So that's some beautiful theorizing right there.
We got her.
All right, let's talk about some guys now. The next group is 5.5 guys, Bara and Fries. They eventually made Guzma. Their other two characters are Gordo from Undernight in Birth and Shulk from Xenoblade.
I have no idea who any of these characters are.
So, like, I know Shulk from
So
Osmosis. Yeah. I mean, so if I was thinking about this before the characters were revealed, I would pick Shulk because he's the one I know exactly. But I mean, okay, honestly, out of the three, I think like Guzma is the one I would like the least. Gordo sounds interesting and he looks cool. And since I'm not sexually attracted to guys, that's literally my only criteria. Do they look cool? Do they seem interesting? Yeah.
I should probably leave this for the part where we're actually talking about the masquerade characters. But even though Guzma isn't actually even though none of these characters are actually the type I'm really attracted to sexually, I actually still like how they did Guzma. I guess they executed him really well. I think. I'll talk about that more later.
Yeah, we'll tap into that. Can't talk about Mask Nevermore because they offered one character and that was Kazuma. So I guess I'm picking Kazuma. Tough choice. So Team 2 is the team that did Megumin, Konosuba. The other two were Kitty Pryde from X-Men and Momo, not going to try that name, from Hero Aka.
Yo, Yoruzu.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so Momo seems just like...
She's just Kale from Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I see it. Look, people know me. They know which character out of these three I'm gonna pick. It's Megumin. I don't even need to justify myself. You all know me well enough. And if you don't, you should listen to the other 4 episodes of the podcast I was on.
Does this mean I need to pay you for Architect now?
People already do that.
Oh yeah.
You should be doing that. That's it. Which one would you pick, Viz? The creator, the X-Men, or Megumin?
You know, I'm also one of the people who gets pinged for Architect. You can probably guess already.
So a bit of a reference for everyone. Architect is a villain in Girl Frontline who's all about being crazy and hyper and blowing things up with a big rocket launcher.
So yeah.
We like Megumin. Explosions are right up our alley.
Yeah.
I thought it was just because she was short and had no tits.
Secondary appeal. Everybody knows. As a person who put a walking explosion into SPNatI, exploding things are pretty cool. Come on.
Yeah, they are. I'm back, by the way.
Alright.
Got apple juice in a hot pocket. What are we talking about?
So me and Viz are just going through the masks and talking about which of the 3 we would pick. Pat is
I have a
NTR.
confession to make. I've never had a hot pocket. I'm not quite sure what they are.
It's like a little pizza sandwich.
Yeah,
So it's
they're
just like a little dough roll with some stuff in.
Yeah.
Basically.
Have you had a dumpling before?
Yeah.
They're dumplings.
Okay.
But for pizza.
Functionally, with pizza filling.
Are they a sandwich?
That sounds
No,
like something
no.
I would both enjoy and be ashamed to eat.
They're okay.
It's a guilty pleasure food. Definitely.
They're okay. So next one is Pat as NTR.
Yep.
With Kyo from Clannad. Yes. Starfire from DC Comics. And Dorothy from Valhalla. What would you pick, Misty?
So I know I just went on that spiel about, my choice should be obvious. And I don't know if I would pick Dorothy out of these 3. Because that is the obvious Misty choice. But I don't actually know if... I don't know. Part of Dorothy's charm in Valhalla is that, she's she's pretty normal when she's not doing the whole robo prostitute thing. And like slapping her straight into a porn game kind of loses the allure of that. So my pick would be Kyo. I like tsunderes. I'm a simple man. But I do appreciate that this group made Starfire, because I will talk about it later. Starfire is really fucking good. How about you, Viz? Which of the three would you pick?
Take a guess.
Is it Kyo? Is it player Kyo?
No.
No? Well, then it's Dorothy.
The other thing I'm known for. Fucking
You would pick
robots.
I respect that.
I actually really liked Dorothy's character in Valhalla, and FBI, please don't arrest me. But I think I would actually really like, the visual aspects would also be really appealing to me. Let's just say.
Make sure you don't leave your home in the next couple hours. I've got a couple people coming over.
Oh god.
Try to step a safe distance away from your window.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought I had it all together.
Can you tell I'm actually could you tell I'm sleep deprived?
All right, let's do the next one.
Of course, with according the way we would have to the only way we would basically allow her in, official dev not decision, is that she has to be aged up so that her body has to be aged up so that she's not a lolly.
And that's completely in the realm of Dorothy's character. Like, the whole reason she's in that is because it sells. Like, it makes $. That's why she's in that form in Valhalla. And you could it takes one line from the devs to just write, the old body was pretty good, but this big titty robo waifu is in now, so I'm that.
Oh no, she doesn't necessarily.
Bitches.
Yeah, she doesn't have to be big titty. She just has to look like she's 12.
Exactly. That's just whatever body type you do end up, it just be this is currently in Glitch City and makes the big bucks, so here I am.
Just scale her up to the same height. Just scale her up to Shimakaze.
No.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
Easy.
Make her fit the Shimakaze line.
Okay, I would love to talk about this next mask, because I feel like someone on this cast is a little bit invested into this team. So,
Who is it?
Well, I mean, is it you, Joe?
I don't know. I don't know what mask you're on. I just got back.
we're on the mask. Oh, I have to say it.
Oh god.
Fluoxetine Dream. That's what I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
So I think there is a certain someone on this cast who is very invested into the team. This is the team that eventually pulled out of the competition. So none of these four made it to testing.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
I was on that team.
But no, that throws my theories right into the wind.
Doesn't it?
I know.
Crazy. Okay, so characters are Wa2000 from Girls Frontline, Makise Kurisu from Steins Gate, Tak 15.
What that was.
It's a man, just rage and fury.
So you did try to make her yourself.
I thought it was the FBI breaking down my door.
No, they're not due to your home yet. You need to wait a little bit. There's also Tak 50 from Girls Frontline and Rise Kujikawa from Persona 4. Viz, my friend, my buddy, my pal. When I first saw all these masks, I went, this is the one Viz is in. And I feel like I now have some support to back up that theory. To put it lightly. Because a certain someone has told me that they are no longer participating in the masquerade.
Is it this?
You don't have to confirm or deny this. The masquerade is all about the mystery.
Did none of the mods finish their mask?
Yeah.
They got shit to do.
Yeah, I don't think
busy lives.
any of us are actually
tragic.
Yeah. It's a tragedy.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on to some happier times, Viz.
What
Out of
we
these
need-
4,
We need
which
to.
is your waifu?
We need to create a revolution. It's clear that the mods aren't getting things done. It's time to give the power to the people.
Oof.
Yeah, that's it. It's time for the social mods to do a hostile takeover of the game.
Oh, so are we just swapping roles now? Like all
Yes.
the social mods become the
Yeah,
dev
you
mods
can
and all-
you can do the boring stuff, and we'll break. We'll break sponsorships once more.
Oh man, are you kidding?
People will love it.
Oh man, if you're talking about the boring stuff, that's actually
But please take our job.
You want to merge? Want to handle merge requests all day? Sure, go ahead.
Oh boy.
To be honest, like of these 4, I think the one I would have liked to see the most is probably Makise, because Science Girl.
That's what I was expecting from you. Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, Science Girl.
Hmm.
Well, we already got Gun Girl, so yeah.
I may be world renowned for wanting to fuck inanimate objects, but my pick here is Rise Kujikawa. She was my favorite Persona 4 character. She might honestly be my favorite Persona character. Because nothing in the world beats JK energy. And she is just like,
Big
she's
JK
made
energy.
of pure,
JK
solidified
energy.
JK energy. And if you don't know what a JK is, well, 1, why are you not a weeaboo? And 2, I'm not going to explain it because I can hear the police knocking right now. And so, yeah.
I thought I had it all together.
JK energy is something that one must discover on their own.
Yep.
It is personal. It is deep.
It has meaning to it. It's important. Okay. Now the next mask is Dazzler. They're the mask that eventually made Elisa from Pokemon Black and White.
So like, Cog is just getting his gauntlet all at once now, huh?
Well, maybe Cog's pulling strings behind the scenes. He could be. He's a game mod. This team's other 2 characters were Kawakami from Persona 5 and Yuri from DDLC.
Someone please make Yuri.
Yeah,
Please.
Viz, I know you'd pick Yuri. Yeah.
No, like
we need
please
another.
take this off. No, like please
we need
take
another
this off my
Shoujo
hands.
girl. We need them to complete the run back.
I'm not saying this
Mech.
because I necessarily like am particularly interested in Yuri. Like I am, of course, but it's like, please take on this load.
do my
Viz
work.
doesn't want to do it anymore.
Do my work
Every
for
day
me.
I wake up and I remember that Yuri is not in SPNatI, and it just makes me laugh.
Okay.
It's been over a year with 3 out of 4 DDLC girls, and the pain,
Been
and suffering.
been
of Yuri
so
has
long.
made.
It's alright. Hanako's got us covered until we get Yuri out.
Close enough approximation.
Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough. I pick Elisa here. Funny story about Elisa. The most recent generation of Pokemon games I've finished is Gen 4. I played Diamond when I was a kid. And for some
Same.
bizarre reason, and we explored this last night because I got called out for it.
because all the rest of them are so much better.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, Diamond and Pearl are
Oh,
shit.
well, no, I finished that,
They're so rough around the edges.
I
There are
lost
2
the
fire
randomizer
types.
Nuzlocke of, like, Hard Gold. So I guess I have played another Gen 4.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And I had to avenge you.
You saw my Pokemon prowess in motion.
Platinum is
Um,
really good, but Diamond and Pearl are fucking terrible games.
Diamond
I
was
liked them when I played them. I didn't have any issues
Yeah.
with them.
Diamond's
They're
the
not-
only.
terrible.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
just-
fair. They're not
there's so
terrible,
many
but-
decisions.
Just there are better alternatives now.
Diamond's the
Okay.
only Pokemon game I've actually played.
Wow.
It's once you play Platinum, then Diamond and Pearl become terrible
It
games.
becomes garbage. Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like, why would you ever go back?
Like there can be some argument for like Ruby or Sapphire after playing Emerald.
I
But there's
disagree.
no argument for Diamond and Pearl after Platinum.
No, there is no argument for Ruby and Sapphire either.
Okay. You're right, but the gap between Ruby and Sapphire and like red and blue and yellow and gold, silver, crystal, and like
Just doesn't
ruby.
compare.
Those are all
to the
like
platinum.
the gap is like you can go back if you so wanted to, but Diamond and Pearl are just like they lock out so many of the best Pokemon designs. The region isn't as good. There are 2 fire types in Diamond and Pearl. There are 2, and they had the balls to do a fire type Elite Four.
Is that really that surprising? Okay, Joe. In Gen 1, they had a ghost type Elite Four. There was one ghost in the entire game.
Yes, but Gen 1 was
There's also
also
a dragon type Elite Four. There was one dragon type in the entire game.
yeah. But in Diamond, Red and Blue, you had the you could at least excuse it as it was their first game. They didn't know what they were doing.
Gen
4 generations
Can't even
in,
get the
they've
fucking badges
their
right.
shit together.
Why does Sabrina give you the Marsh badge and then Koga gives you the Soul badge? This shit doesn't make sense.
Mm.
Not one game has corrected this. So I don't know if they don't realize that it was clearly a mistake, or
Well, they're just embracing it now. They're ready to roll with
You
it.
gotta double down.
why does Sabrina have a Venomoth? Why do all the trainers in Koga's Poison Gym have fucking psychic types? Shit's a mess, man.
Yeah.
All right. To bring it back to Elisa,
Why is Tauros so much better than everything else?
Is
man.
Tauros actually good?
bulls are cool.
Tauros is literally like the best Pokemon in Gen 1, outside of like Mewtwo.
Really?
Yeah, because it just hyper beams everything. And it's
Well, I think
fast.
you can make a case for like the trinity of Tauros, Gengar, Alakazam.
No, it's like Starmie.
I just want to use Dragonite.
Well, Dragonite's good in Gen 1 because it has Wrap. And Wrap is broken as fuck.
Thanks, Gen 1. Thanks for being a game that makes sense. Okay,
There's
bring
so
it back
much shit
once
in Gen
more,
1 that's
please.
Just like Gen 1,
I have
baby.
I have no idea what the hell anyone's talking about anymore.
please
Did
just
you know
don't talk
if you use
about my
a- if you
shitty
use a full
Elisa's.
if you use a full restore and in Gen 1 and then the opponent uses counter, it'll counter your full restore and you'll fucking die. I'm serious.
Wait, really?
Yes, that's how fucking broken it is.
That game is so fucking. It's like I can't believe it worked in the end.
I can
What a-
fucking
what a
link to it.
So while Spnanon was looking for that link, and I can talk about Elite, for some bizarre fucking reason, I got completely confused between Elisa from Black and White and like, is it Volkner, the Thunder gym leader from Generation 4? And so this entire time,
Volkner is Barry's dad.
No,
okay,
he's not. That's Palmer.
Wait, what?
Right,
What?
yeah, okay, you're
Team
right.
leader in Sinnoh.
Whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. I had been like working under the assumption I played the game Elisa was from this whole time. And when I said that to like someone who knew their shit last night,
Faulkner was the flying gym. It is.
yeah, and Volkner is the electric one. But yeah, I got like
Power
smashed.
Tycoon Palmer from the Battle Frontier is Barry's dad.
Okay, yeah. I was wrong.
Which Diamond and Pearl don't even fucking say that at like any point. Like they're such a mess. Platinum is like, oh yeah, he's my dad.
Thanks, Game Freak. Thanks for fixing your game. Okay,
Here's the fucking video. Post like the link
Oh
like-
Jesus!
of his of like this fucking skeleton Kabutops just fucking countering like
Full
full
restore
restores and
counter.
X speeds.
dab.
Just fucking his face.
Okay. I'm gonna watch this while you talk about Alyssa.
Yeah, watch that when you get the time. It's so mad.
Oh, Lord. Okay, next mask. We're almost there. Chaz Princeton from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, who made it in. Melodic, Priminar Gajinka, and Carly Carmine from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
I don't know who any of these people are.
I mean, I know who Melodic is.
I don't even know that.
By virtue of knowing who Melodic is, I would have to pick Melodic. But now that I've seen the Chaz in action, like, God fucking bless this mask for going with Chaz.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's-
We'll talk about
it's-
that later.
Chaz might be my favorite character in SPNatI.
We'll talk about that one later. Alright, next mask is the Hunter's Workshop. They were the team that pitched Garfield to us. They wrote like an essay of the, like, God bless. Adora from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and Plain Doll from Bloodborne. Theoretically, this is the group that will eventually put out Plain Doll. They haven't quite hit testing yet. So, for all we know, we could get blindsided by Garfield after all.
RKO out of nowhere.
Weird.
Yeah.
Or alternate, they could just use like some weird Plain Doll Garfield fusion thing.
Played
Delete
Garfield.
this.
I don't
Delete
know.
this. Like,
Actually,
the
hey, I
character
can
I'm
talk
most
to the
familiar
I can
here is
talk to the
Garfield.
masks. I can tell him to do that.
No! Don't! No! Get your Garfield out of here, you fool. I picked Plain Doll. I don't know who Adora is. I know who Garfield is, and that is good enough reason to say don't make Garfield. And just a
I
Plain
gave
Doll.
my
What a
rant
beautiful
about
description. Yeah, you did. Viz, I know you would pick Garfield.
Ha!
I'm gonna take that as yes, you would pick Garfield.
Yes!
Okay, next team.
Team Repent Motherfuckers with
Yep.
Princess Peach from Mario Bros. Winry Rockbell
Oh,
from
I'm an
FMA.
idiot. I should have had Coggers on this episode so that we could have him read off the name. And get a secret F word out of him.
That's a power move.
Just call him Team Repent Mother Effers. Winry Rockbell from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Panny from Penny and Stocking. They chose Panny and Stocking. Or Penny.
Yep.
Yes.
Is that what you would have gone for yourself, Viz?
I don't know who any of these people are, except for Peach, obviously.
Peach.
They're none of them are honestly, none of them are really my type.
Mm.
But Winry looks cute, even if I don't know her source. So
Yeah. So like I've watched half of Penny and Stocking. And Penny is also just not my kind of character. So it comes down
Stocking,
to
though. Stocking.
Stocking. Yeah, that sounds good. So between Peach and Winry, I think I'd pick Winry as well. She looks cute. It's enough. I'm sold. Easy. Next mask is Blightwish. This is the team that eventually put out Cynthia from Pokemon. They're also thinking of Azura, another fucking Fire Emblem, and oh hey, isn't this a familiar face? Miss Makise Kurisu, also from Steins Gate. Huh.
Please. Somebody.
Huh.
oof.
This is
Well,
a
you
hard
already-
group for me.
So you had two chances, and one of them was even.
One of them,
One of them was
like they were
dealing
going
with
to.
character.
and then oof. Truly cursed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you already know my answer to this one.
Yeah. Makise still trumps the two or three of them for you.
And I don't even know
Oh.
Fire Emblem. Or Pokemon.
Or Pokemon, yeah. Easy pick'ems. This one's the hottest one for me. Like, I'm fine with all three of these. I guess for like, I think I'm okay with Cynthia coming out of these three. Kind of. I guess we'll talk about Cynthia later.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'd probably pick Cynthia out of these three. Which brings us to Lucky Lost. The good, the bad, and the badass. Who are going to make this is just Wonder
Cliffy
Woman, right?
B
Wonder Woman.
join this mask?
Hmm?
Did Cliffy B, the Gears of War guy, more badass? Bigger, badder, more badass?
Maybe. Wait, is there? I think there's a team
Did the
missing. Anyway,
Borderlands writers come up with?
can we get a Borderlands writer to like write a SPNatI character for us, please? I need more Pickle Rick in my SPNatI. Come on.
Claptrap for SPNatI one.
Oh,
He was in an actual Poker Night game.
Well, I mean, we
Damn.
got two people
The
here.
one that
who are
wasn't as good.
robots. I mean,
so
See,
somehow
Poker Night 2 was missing a Team Fortress 2 character. They should have had like the scout. Or the demo man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Tragic.
Or the pyro.
I was gonna say you want to be really cheeky, just do the pyro.
I like it.
Like,
That's a power
for
play.
their special item, they just take off their mask. There's another mask inside of it.
Got him. Anyway, this mask team, they made Wonder Woman, who made it onto testing. Their other options were Lara Croft and I don't know who this is. I don't know anything about comic book characters. Poison Ivy. There we go.
She's a Batman villain.
Okay.
She was played
How
by,
do you not-
by Uma Thurman in Batman Forever, I think.
How do you not know who Poison Ivy is? Like, I understand not knowing comics.
He's a
but-
weeb.
I'm
No,
a weeaboo. Like,
No,
what the fuck is a comic
Yeah.
book? Call it a manga.
Are you? Like, is this a ruse? Am I being
Well,
funny?
okay.
No, they also
I mean, in the mask post, they have her like normal name, not her
Oh,
villain name.
Okay.
Like, I don't know who
Yeah.
Pamela Isley is. What the fuck does that mean?
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to open the reference image to go like, that's Poison Ivy. Okay. I don't know. I don't know any of these three.
The only one I even have any passing knowledge of is Lara Croft. So, take a guess. That's just gonna be my pick.
Yeah, just Lara Croft. Yeah, same for me, I guess. Like,
Sorry,
Uh,
yeah, sure, I know Wonder Woman off osmosis. I know nothing about her. And obviously, I don't know the first thing about Poison Ivy either. So, yeah, Lara Croft.
I know the
there you
Palestinians don't like Wonder Woman.
Wait, what?
go.
Do I need to edit that out, or
The last actress to play her is like Israeli.
Oh.
So I think she said some politically charged stuff.
do I need to edit this out?
No. Oh, no, it's just, like, explaining.
Okay.
What,
It's
you don't
not-
want to talk about politics on this the Porn Game podcast?
No. All right.
How
now
about that
that-
Trump impeachment inquiry, right?
What character would you love to see in SPNatI but don't think you could write yourselves? What dev could write them?
Oh, yeah, there was this one character I was, from Tadaka-kun. Fuck. Oh god, my memory's going.
No, you're just tired.
the cool one. I've also
The
forgotten
one who was not Miyano. The other half of that pair.
Yeah, I know the character. But I also don't know her name. Describe her. Describe her to us, Viz. What is she like?
She is, basically she pretends to be a delinquent and like dresses the part, but then she's actually a really good person inside, and everyone recognizes that, even though like she insists otherwise. And, well, okay, so like I think that would be a really interesting character, and I was actually kind of like, oh hey, what would happen if I tried to write this character? Then I realized, oh no, I actually like I would probably horrifically fail to try and to write a delinquent character. So, yeah.
So who would you get to write it?
Probably Solitaire. Saki.
Since he's made Saki.
Yes.
Alright, easy enough. For reference, I googled it. This character's name is Echizen.
God. Okay. Yeah. I should have.
There you go.
Yeah. I should have remembered that. Then also, can't really think of anyone else who would really fit that. Like, who would really kind of fit the title of like, I would like to see this character, but I don't think I can write them, because usually like it's because my usual response is like seeing or to that situation where it's like I want to see this character, but I've never written anything like this. Or anything like this character is, well, what happens if I try it? So, delinquents like the delinquent types are like the rare exception there.
Fair enough. Well, as someone who's dropped several characters simply because I couldn't capture their voice, I have plenty of answers to this. I'll just go with the most recent one. So last character I tried and failed to write was Anja from Cross Anja. Her characterization is very similar to like she has the aggressiveness of Revi, but she also has her calm moments, like Maya. And so if I want to write a character who's kind of a cross middle ground between Maya and Revi, does anyone come to mind? I don't know. It's kind of tough. Maybe. What about that guy? Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm sending him the model right now. Good. Thanks. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about Spnanon, who wrote both Maya and Revi.
Who?
So the character. Wait, the dev. The character. What?
The dev. Who's
Spnanon? Oh. Yeah, just some nobody. Like, but I've seen like one or two of his lines. They're really good.
Do you think we should get him on the podcast?
Yeah, maybe even make him your secondary host, your co-host.
No, I can never replace Spnanon like that.
Oh, you're right.
I actually did just think of someone that I would like to see, but I don't think I can write her myself.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt
Who would
you.
that be?
Jill. From Valhalla.
Valhalla?
Yes. I don't think I have the necessary life experience or like the ability to give advice like she does, I guess. To really
just give bad advice.
Well,
problem is Jill's usually pretty good at giving advice.
Yeah, like, she doesn't do that. I don't think I would be able to write that effect.
I mean, as long as you think it's good advice, you're doing your best.
As long as it sounds like good advice.
Yeah.
But then like a dev that probably could write her. Probably like someone. I was actually thinking like Namas.
Yeah. My mind also went straight to Namasp when you said Jill. I'm like, Namasp would probably do this. Probably Namasp and Napsu together could make Jill work.
Mysti, what did you say was the character that I could write?
Her name is Anja. I will send you her. Well, I'll send you her wiki page.
Cross Anja?
Yes. So Angelise from Cross Anja, the main character.
Well, from that image, it does look like she has big tits.
Yeah, she does.
I'm listening.
I even have a model, and hey, let's throw that in here as like a bit of advertisement.
I'll edit it in.
Yeah.
Lord knows this episode is gonna be hell.
Ha!
That was my model for her. Proportions-wise, she's slightly shorter than Revi. By only a little bit.
The outfit you've posted her in doesn't look anything like the image that she's in.
It's because of where in the story I've taken her from.
It's a different uniform.
And
Yes,
a different
basically.
hairstyle.
There's a bit of a time skip, so her hair grows out.
Of course, you made her younger.
No,
Yours has a little huggy.
Yeah.
I'm just joshing.
I have many creative reasons in the case, and I'm too lazy to explain them. But yeah, if I could get a certain proficient writer to do a bit of work for me, that'd be pretty cool. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Meh.
Dang, I tried.
Mysti, I'm very tired right now. This is not the time to suggest I do some work.
Fair enough. Alright, Spnanon, which character can you, the legendary renowned writer of SPNatI, not write? And who would you want to do it?
I still feel like I didn't do a great job with Ryuko. I don't know, I've never felt like particularly confident with her compared to some other ones. But I don't know, there's not a lot of characters that I would like to see, but that I don't think I could write, because there are characters that I think I'd have a hard time writing, like the really nice like non-confrontational characters, but I wouldn't really want to see them in the game.
How about then? So I know you yourself would not like to save Videl. And I'm pretty sure that's not out of you don't think you can do it, but you just don't have the time for it. So who would you like to save Videl?
I don't know. Solitaire could probably do it.
God, what can't Solitaire do? This man is a machine.
He's had like hot Dragon Ball opinions. I mean, Bonerger could do a good job. I mean, he did a good job with Caulifla.
Yeah.
But he could definitely handle Videl. Although I think he wants short hair Videl, so maybe I shouldn't hand it off to him.
Split the difference, make it an alt costume.
What?
Split the difference and make it an alt costume.
I would accept short hair Videl as long as it's still Videl from Z. Because Super Videl is just not even the same character.
Alright.
My answer is...
I'm glad you gave me something to work with because I didn't have much.
I got you, friend. Don't worry.
You're a good friend, Misty, on the other side of the planet.
Misty is always
No matter how far I go, I know you'll be there for me.
There you go.
My answer is Shin Kurosaki. I don't think I could write him, but now that I've seen that Thursdays can write a scarred, twinkish boy from a battle collectible series with family issues, I bet she could write him pretty well.
Joe, where is his sister?
In the fusion dimension. And then she gets erased from existence! There are 6 characters that there are 7 or 8 characters who don't get a happy ending. And Shun's best friend and sister are 2 of those characters.
Oof.
So while I don't think I'd be able to write Shun in that kind of scenario, I bet Thursday's good. All right, individual question, and then that'll end part 1, and then we'll get to part 2.
We're 4 hours in.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Can we just do the rest of this tomorrow?
I don't. Okay, look. Okay. If we can agree on a time, I gotta look at my schedule for work. I've got work.
I'm good anytime.
2:45. So if we can do this at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. my time, 11 a.m. your.
I'd like to share with you my life philosophy. If you're doing
Let's talk about the
on
scheduling
weekend,
after this recording block.
If there's literally anything you have to do on the weekend, you're just not living your life correctly.
You're not wrong, but I need a job, so it is what it is.
All right.
Work harder on the weekdays, dude, but just do whatever you can to not work on the weekend.
Mr. Joe, have your
Yes.
theories changed now that the masquerade characters are out? And do you have any guesses for any of the newcomers you know are participating?
Bruh, my masquerade theories changed after the podcast was done recording. My theories are constantly adjusting and being tweaked as new information is spoon-fed to me. For the newcomers I know are participating, I only know 2. That's because one of them is on my team.
All right, fair enough.
So I can't really go ahead and reveal that information. So my theories are changing all the time. I was given contact by Viz to Team Flux of some Dream, however that's pronounced. I was given
You're really cutting out there.
I was given contact to the fluoxetine
Dream.
Dream thing by Vis. He sent me to that team. And it's just like, yeah, I had a feeling that person was on it. So yeah, that's my answer. Vis and Mysti. If all the Touhou fans on the server got together and collabed on a team girl, SPNatI, who should it be and why?
Viz, do you have a single answer to this?
Not really.
Okay.
I actually have an answer.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright, I want to hear that at the end. I don't want to be influenced by your answer.
Well, okay. If I had to narrow it down, it would. Well, okay. My answer is basically just either Reimu or Marisa. It's gonna be one. I'm just guessing it's gonna be one of those two. Just because of the sheer main character power.
Yeah. So, like, Reimu and Marisa are the main characters, quote, quote, of the Touhou series, and so they would have the most material to work with. An additional bonus of making Reimu is that is Solitaire's favorite Touhou, and so you could just get him to spearhead all the work, and that sounds great. But I am a cheater, and I picked the cheater answer.
Oh god.
The character from Touhou I would get SPNatI to collab is Mamizo, who is a Tanuki shapeshifter.
Oh.
So you would just have 8 stages, and each one is a different waifu.
Does she have giant balls
I mean,
like every Tanuki?
you know, if that's what you want to do, if you're the one SPNatI dev in charge of Mamizo, power to you. You can give her enormous fucking Tanuki balls.
How big can you make the balls in Kisuke?
Hold down spacebar, bro.
Yeah, they just go
There
into
you go.
infinity. The character is just one giant ball sack.
Joe, please go into Kisuke and make a character with max ball size, and then just post it in the video with like the sensor bar. See how big the sensor bar is.
It's like a black screen.
The issue with what you're asking me, Spnanon, is that I can hold down the spacebar and hypothetically increase the balls to unlimited size.
Until it stops being funny.
It'll be funny, no matter how big they get.
Just ask Bagel. Ask Bagel.
Ball expert bagel.
Yes.
Oh lord.
Underscore
Joe,
is
now-
the one with the ball fetish.
Yeah, but
Is it a
Bagel's the
ball
one who makes.
fetish, or is it like a
But
Bagel
Bagel's the one
ball.
who makes cursed stuff.
Put the model with massive balls next to Bai, who has no balls.
the duality of man?
Like antimatter.
Alright, Joe, I'm invested. I want to hear
That's
your
why
answer
Bai
to
wasn't
this.
allowed in the game because the bouncer stopped him at the door. He's like, "Sir, you need your balls to come in here."
It's like it's like Joker screenings. Like, we're gonna check your balls.
Yeah.
Why does it have balls?
Why are there balls in your balls?
Why don't you guess?
Why don't I get? Oh, who would it be? Like my mind's just going to the Touhou memes that people share on the server. I think there's like, so it's Chirino, and like Chirino. If we tried to make Chirino solitaire, would just hunt each and every one of us down and murder us in cold blood.
Oh no, we actually explicitly vetoed her.
Why?
I'm not surprised.
No,
Too
Odin
childish.
tried to make her, and yeah, like, no, just
Yeah,
no.
like,
We don't. No lollies, man.
it's just it. So it's pretty much exactly what Shimikaze's character is, just worse.
Just
Not in like a quality way, just younger. So
yeah.
can't be Chirno. My other thought was God, what's your name? Momiji? Awu?
Who?
Just because it's a meme.
Is that
5,
the
6.
telephone dog?
Yeah,
That's
it's a
a
telephone.
Touhou?
709.
That's
a Touhou.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh, okay, so it's obviously not that. Obviously not. The
Could be Yomu? If that would mean we could get Horse Killer on board.
Aya. Speed stat.
Ooh,
Nice.
speed is pretty powerful.
None of these. But you're on the right track when I'm thinking of like character attributes that I like.
The
These
one girl.
stats.
Oh no. The one girl from the PC 98 games that made a spider cake.
No. Johan's talking about Yugi!
No, that was my second pick.
Oh, second? Dang.
Big muscular girl is really strong. The actual answer is Onozuka Komachi.
I made a model for her!
You did?
Okay, that is a good choice.
Yeah, I did.
Redheaded girl with scythe. Like,
Yeah, her personality is really good for SPNatI as well.
Yeah.
And
she has
powerful pick.
She has a reason to be there, even.
Yeah.
What is her reason to be there?
She doesn't like to work.
Yeah, she's just trying to find a way to get out of her job. She's just burning time. Yeah, that's powerful. I think out of all the answers I've heard, that would be the most realistic one.
Because cute redhead.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would be down to write her.
I have a model.
Is this happening? Have I need Touhou into the game?
We gotta go get Solitaire, and then the rest of Touhou.
Yeah, all of Touhou to just come together.
Let's see.
Wow.
Who's talking in that channel?
Some gears in motion after this one.
I will contribute to this mass collab if it is to happen.
Maybe we should consider this one after the current mass collab event that's going on.
Give me a second. I need to find a quote that applies directly to the situation.
Also, why are people calling Ikishiki a loli? I mean, I know she's short, but like, she acts nothing like
fan
it.
depiction varies thanks to Zone Magic.
I mean, I think she's short, definitely. Maybe towing the Shimakaze line, but then like...
She doesn't act in a loli way.
Yeah.
There we go. That's my taste in Touhou's.
As expected of the ginger fucker. Sasuga.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Spnanon. If you could have a full Vandread table in the game, who would you want it to be, and who would you want making each character?
I could list some names here. Would they mean anything to you?
I'll edit them in.
Describe their personality in a sentence, then.
Well, obviously Maya. Gotta include her. You know, I said Jura is not someone I'd probably make today, but I'd say like if there had to be like 4 Vandread characters, I think she'd be a good second one. Her personality, obviously, as you can see, is very well suited to coming there in the first place. I think she makes a nice foil and kind of second to Maya. In terms of the crew dynamics, like she's sort of like the best or like the closest thing to a friend Maya has, just because she like is not scared off by her like cold attitude the way everyone else is. She just kind of like still like pals around with her. So I think they kind of play off each other pretty well. I don't know who else you could do. I think you might actually. I talked about the wrench wench.
Yep.
That is Parfait, who generally people like when they watch Vandread. I always see a lot of praise for her because she's kind of cutesy and fun, and in a different sort of way to those two. She's a little less elegant, and she doesn't wear like she wears like a big like working like clothes like pantsuit and everything, or a jumpsuit like and like it's baggy. You know, she doesn't have the form-fitting clothing that Maya and Jura do. She has like big, thick glasses that you can't see her eyes through.
Just means she's crouching tiger, hidden beauty.
But she can still. But she still has the same like I don't know anything about men. And there's a lot of potential for a last character. I know Mike is thinking about making the quartermaster Gascogne, who's a little bit older than the rest of them, and she's like a big muscle girl. She's muscular, and she's like taller than all the rest of them. And she's just very like broad shouldered and stuff. She's very hefty. I mean, you can see her in Maya's female epilogue. She kind of towers over everybody. So big girl. Imagine her just kind of lying on top of you with all of her weight.
I like it.
There are quite a few options there. One thing that actually might be good for a difference in perspective is getting one of the male characters, just for the sake of, there's a bunch of women who don't know anything about men. What about a man who doesn't know anything about women and has been raised to view them as like evil aliens? There are options there. I think the best one is there's the doctor that they have on board is kind of like this bi shonen type, who's also like really tall and like broad shouldered, but he has like long hair covering one of his eyes, and he's all like serious, and he have like all these weird like medical theories about women and their physiology. There's early on when they're still getting settled in, he's like scanning one of the crew members or like one of the bridge operators that like faints, and he's like, so after scanning her, I discovered that there's a parasitic organism in her stomach. And everyone's horrified. It's like, no, I'm just pregnant.
My God, what a horrifying creature!
And all the women are like, oh, okay. And the men are just like, but I thought you made babies in factories.
Yeah,
so
I think
I think that would provide some pretty good, a difference in perspective. I don't know. I guess he's like a tall, handsome. I guess not really Bara type, but he's big and broad. So maybe Beta could make him. He doesn't even have a shirt. Like he just has like his medical lab coat with no shirt on underneath.
Oh,
man.
that's a
That
good look.
sounds good.
He's also
Yeah.
voiced by Steve Bloom in the dub. So
I don't
if
know.
you've ever wanted Spike Spiegel dirty talking you,
I feel like Bishi feels kind of like an untapped niche. I think you could make a case for N,
yeah, he's like a
maybe.
pretty handsome dude.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I don't know if I have any pictures of him on my computer, but I could link
Slap
Joe
a
to
Google
one of
search
them.
in.
I could find it somewhere. So I think he'd be a pretty good choice out of all the male characters.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like serious and stoic the way Maya is.
Huh.
I'm sold.
So if anyone wants to get on
Yeah. When's someone gonna do it?
and drag one of the two Vandread girls off the top rows because there's a male character.
Oh God.
All right. Yeah,
There's quite a few options there. Again, like I said, I think having more than even one character from Vandread is probably a little indulgent. But if people like it enough, I've done my part, so it'd be up to other people if they feel like doing it. But there's some potential there. Yeah, I don't have any like clear shots of him. There's maybe a few ensemble shots where he's like in the back.
Oof.
The side character
There's
syndrome.
Parfait, the wrench wench, in the middle there
Oh, cute.
with Jura and her girlfriend.
Those things are like glasses, right? Those are not her eyes.
Yeah.
Those are glasses. Yes.
I thought it was like the cartoon eye bulging thing.
that
No.
the name Parfait does really not fit that character.
Parfait.
Yeah. Isn't that like some kind of fancy drink or some shit?
It's a dessert.
Dessert. Yep.
Yeah, but it's like a fancy people food, right?
I think it's like it's closer
Not
to like
really.
a sundae.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's
From what I
a
remember.
picture
It's
of
like a Sunday with fruit in it.
that Bishi guy.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sure there's a market for that.
That's what I figured. Beta, get on it.
Yeah.
First, I thought there was something wrong with his head, like he just didn't have a neck. Like he's just like
he just has the thick bar neck.
yeah, that's like that's okay then.
All right. I believe that wraps up part one.
Oh, you know,
this is the face he makes when like he first gets an opportunity to like operate on a woman and see what their bodies are like.
Oh man.
That's a pretty good face.
He's like, I happen to be a doctor.
You know who I just realized the Touhou gang should have worked on during the masquerade? Kokoro.
Who?
Oh.
Kokoro.
Post picture. That's just syllables tonight.
So for the non-Touhou fans, she is like, can I call her a mosque spirit? Is that right?
Masks.
She quite literally has masks.
A yokai, I take it.
She's a yokai made from masks.
And she is quote Miko's daughter, and I'm sure Solitaire could explain what that actually means, because I fucking can't.
And the game she's from is called Hopeless Masquerade.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Touhou gang? You've disappointed us all.
That could have been a power play.
We could have all been in one giant mask.
Yeah.
And then make the mask girl.
8-man mask. Oh. Oh no. All right.
Oof. So yeah, that's part 1, weighing in at fucking close to 5 hours now.
Please
No,
end
no,
my
no, no,
suffering. Close to 4.
Oh.
I don't know either.
I need to go to bed.
Okay. So I'm gonna end this episode and we'll talk about part 2ing this tomorrow.
Yeah, when is that?
I'm pretty much.
We'll discuss it later, but for now, dab out.
Dab